Hello everyone, it's Shibu Scramble time. Here on Forbidden Mystery Vault.
Woohoo! Woo!
Welcome back to another episode of Forbidden Mystery Vault. We're here today with me, your host, Riley, and Solaris.
I'm Soul.
We may have Echo pop by later, but for now, we're here to watch and play and read and enjoy more Shibuya Scramble. Last time, Midorikawa died in a horrible car accident, car explosion. And
Yeah,
also
that
he's
was weird.
yeah, but he's not actually dead. That was just a bad end. But who
Yeah.
knows? Let's find out. I don't know why that happens.
Yeah, yeah, it's really weird.
We also got a bad end for Achi. We got bad ends for fucking everyone.
Yeah, we got a lot of bad ends, and I think, like, no keep outs. Maybe one?
Well, we didn't do Osawa. We have
Well,
we have a different thing for Maria now. Oh, we gotta
right,
keep
yeah.
out for Midorikawa.
Oh, yeah. And we need to pass that keep out, probably, in order to get Kano anywhere.
Yeah. I think let's go to Maria for
Can
starters.
you scream it in me? Uh-oh.
I need
Did I
to
make
close my... What did you say?
This ruining on Discord.
Oh, okay. I just stopped paying attention for a bit. I was just closing my browser.
Yeah, I was like scared when you were silent. I was like, oh my god, did I make
No,
Riley
you
mad now?
fucking... I can't believe you would ask the same question you ask every single stream for me to stream it to you on Discord. Unfucking believable.
So cruel of me.
Cruel and unusual.
Yeah. The assassin has gone quiet, sitting on a pile of crates. He seems lost in thought.
You told us that take it slow. There was so many commas in that.
Still, I don't dare try to get
Okay.
away. All I can do is stand and wait and mull over my own situation. Just who am I? I ask myself again and again. I am. I am. I am.
Tama!
Are you
Tama!
kidding me? I
Wait!
am.
Wait! Oh, none of these are right.
What's going on here? None of the above. None of those fit me at all. I turn at the sound of an exuberant voice and see Mr. Yagashida running my way, flailing his arm in a friendly greeting. I swear, this guy could wind up banished to the pits of hell, and he'd still give it his all, day in and day out.
Oh, thank goodness. It is you, Tama. I knew it.
The man with the cane grumbles something incoherent, then holsters his gun and flees the scene.
Huh. Now you're with some middle-aged guy? You look so sweet and innocent, but I guess you kinda get around, huh?
I can't fucking believe. Boss! Nice timing!
I need to see what the top of that shirt says!
UT head?
Smoking MJ, UT head!
I do a little fist pump. Whatever he's doing here, I'm glad he drove off that guy with a gun.
Who? What are you so happy about?
Yamashita gives me a puzzled look,
Please.
but he's promptly distracted by his own excitement.
Well, anyway, never mind that, Tama.
He shifts down to a conspiratorial whisper.
You know, I'm such an idiot. I can't believe I was in such chizzy. Over some silly scratch card from a magazine.
I can tell he has news he's itching to tell me.
That's you.
Did something happen?
Well...
He brings a hand to his mouth and giggles unsettlingly.
I had a great little idea. A great way to strike it rich.
I feel like I've heard this from you before. Mr. Yamashita shakes his head fervently.
This time it's different. We're talking way more digits than before. Now, try not to be too surprised, yeah?
Spittle flies from his mouth as he rattles on.
Or, it's okay to be surprised, actually. In fact, I'm guessing you're definitely gonna be amazed this time, Tama.
I can practically see the banknotes dancing in his eyes.
Super normal guy. Really normal,
He's
ordinary guy.
really normal. No one in the store is more normal than this guy. Cut to the chase already! What is it you want to tell me?
This time, get this, I got a line on 10 million yen.
He thrusts his index finger skyward, grinning ear to ear.
Surprised now? Yeah, you are. But it doesn't require any capital. It's no risk, high return. In the world of equity investment, a wise investor weighs risk against the potential for return. Many heavily risky projects, however, yield little in the way of actual returns. Such cases are called high risk, low return. The inverse, low risk, high return, is quite rare. The idea of no risk, high return is simply absurd.
Yeah, cause that's not real. There's a crazy gleam in his eye.
Oh man, I'm finally gonna get to be part of the Billionaires Club. I really love when Tom
What?
looks directly at the camera.
How? You literally said it's a million yen. How does that make you part of the Billionaires Club? That is so ridiculous. I don't even have a snappy retort for it. Never mind. That 10 billion obviously wouldn't make him a billionaire. Maria's with me on this one.
Yeah. By the way, you haven't seen Chiri, have you? We're gonna need her help to wrap up this 10 million yen.
Kiri? No, I haven't run into her since the sales demo.
Oh, darn. Well, if you do happen to see her, tell her to get in touch with me.
Sure. Alright. I still don't know what he's going on about, but there's probably no harm in being helpful.
Thank you, Tama. Guess I may as well give you a little hint.
A hint?
Yeah, a hint. Want to hear it?
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Well, then, I guess I've got no choice. When you put it that way, I just have to tell you.
Tyrannodishita clears his throat and proceeds to declaim in an affected tone.
When the mighty stomach triumphs over the endless cavalcade of icebergs, the hero shall be blessed with fame and fortune.
This is incredible
Fucking
right now.
Image.
Huh? What the heck is that supposed to mean? He looks inordinately amused at my confusion. Yes, I knew it!
I got a screenshot of all of them without any text, so I have to post that.
Yes, you do.
It's part of a legend. You only need to remember that one verse for now. You're going to bear witness to history.
I feel like this guy's right out of some kind of story himself.
Anyway, thanks for helping me out with the cheery thing. Adios.
Spanish for goodbye. The true meaning is closer to the English farewell. In day-to-day interactions, most Spanish speakers use the word ciao. Adios can carry the connotation that you do not expect to see the addressee again. I think that's like regional.
Oh, okay.
And then, like a whirlwind, Mr. Yamashita zooms away, leaving me alone in the alley. Oh. Suddenly, I feel totally exhausted. I let out a sigh and drop my eyes, and that's when I notice a notebook on the ground at my feet. Did the assassin drop this? I pick it up and look inside.
Oh my god.
There's a photograph tucked inside the back cover. It shows 3 young people, 2 boys and a girl.
Hmm.
Well, what do I do now? Do I go to the police? How would I even explain the situation? I can see it now. There's this killer out there, and he's after this person named Atomi Osawa. And then the police would be like, who is that? And who exactly is after her? And then what would I say? Heck, they might even give me the time of the day in the first place.
He's just like,
It's so
I'm
funny.
not gonna go to the
It's
police.
so funny what would happen if she went to the police.
Yeah, cause like, what? It would be a fucking mess.
Not only do I not have an idea who Itomi Osawa is, I know nothing about the guy who's after her except that he walks with a cane. I mean, I can't even tell them who I am.
Maybe they could tell you.
Why would they?
I don't.
It's not.
Yeah.
She doesn't know. They'd probably shoo me away without a second thought. What am I supposed to do? I hang my head at a total loss. It is really funny because it's just like so much of the story probably wouldn't have happened if she had gone to the police when she like woke up with amnesia.
Yeah. Instead of. Yeah.
The necklace around my neck sways idly to and fro.
My fucking GPS necklace.
Well, she doesn't know. but it
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Okay. Well,
We got 2 keep outs. We got no jumps. Aichi's still in bad end.
Yeah, I don't know
Hano's still
anything
in
that we
bad
can do to
end.
help that.
So our options are either Osawa stuff or see which of these things can be changed.
Maybe if we don't go back to tell them, and then Minorikawa doesn't talk to Achi and Hitomi, and so they don't get stabbed by kidnappers.
The concern here is the part where this happened before he saved Yanashida, right?
Yes.
Because, yeah, really chasing Yanagashita. But, yeah, I guess let's just see what happens. It's easy enough to undo.
Yeah, because this is just like the one choice that I can see that's like would have an impact. I don't think you could do that. I'm forgotten. He hurried on to the cafe.
Sorry, Endo.
Sorry, Endo. Sorry, Arai. Just gonna have to let this one slide. I got Toyama's life on the line here. She opened the door to the cafe with the practice of a regular.
Well, you again?
Hey, hurry up and get me a seat. She grinned wickedly.
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but we're all full at the moment.
This is a different scene, at least.
Yeah.
He looked around. All the seats were indeed filled.
As you can see, sir.
Really now? Wait's grin widened with triumph.
Yes, sir.
Fine. I'll just write here. Let me get some power. And then this is...
He might get to, like, do stuff.
Yeah. Wait just watched in dismay, then turned to stare vacantly up at the ceiling.
This is the same. Just do whatever you want. You know.
No, this is...
Oh,
a person can only get away with being obnoxious for so long. Sooner or later, someone's likely to call the police.
Yeah, this seems like it's gonna be the same here, which means that probably also... Yeah, so we probably... Wait, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess at some point he doesn't run into them.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is that since he didn't spend the time going back to do that, he didn't run into Achi and hold them up.
Huh.
Also, hi,
Moshi
Echo.
Moshi. I'm here for Shibuya Scramble.
Well, here's what has happened so far in this hour. In Achi's story, Achi and Hitomi talked to Kanan, and got a lot of information about... Basically just talked about, hey, there's a criminal mastermind, and we don't really know who they are, or why they're doing this, but they want Hitomi. Maria is at a keep out and has no fucking clue what to do. Osawa starts this hour 35 minutes in. He doesn't do anything for 35 minutes.
Yeah, that's really scary to me.
That's great.
Minorikawa is pressed for time.
Minorikawa is currently doomed to die in a car explosion.
Yeah, so Minorikawa chased Yanagashita around Because, Nagashi just stole his laptop. And, Sasayama, like, died.
He died,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, the, like, buddy cop, cosplay cop, has died.
The only way he had to survive was the Tama suit.
Well, that sent him to another dimension.
Yeah, he doesn't survive in that one. He goes to another dimension.
Yeah, that's
I guess
getting
he's still
isekai
surviving.
doesn't mean you're dead.
Anyway, then Kano and Jack Stanley chase the blue minivan, and then it explodes, and there was some FMV, and then Minorikawa is like dead on the ground, and he never wakes up. So we basically just have Achi and Osawa to do. Do we want to do which one of these do we want to start with?
Let's continue and see what goes off the surveillance room.
Yeah, because we did just do something to change this.
Yeah. We gotta get to the surveillance room!
It's a good
You
vector
said
voice.
that, and then this Sonic music started playing. Achi didn't slow his pace until they were nearing their destination. He turned to look back at Hitomi.
It's only a little bit further now. Did you want to walk?
I'll be alright. Ah, Achi, look out. Looking ahead again, Achi saw that they were
Oh my
bearing down on a
God.
young grade school girl. Her head hung in dismay. Achi.
Pick her up. Pick her up.
Hana... Maybe Hana will be cured by this.
Achi hurriedly caught the girl up in his
No,
arms.
no, we ruined something. Look at all the papers.
The maneuver kept her out of harm's way, but the momentum swung her high into the air. She dropped a sheaf of papers she was carrying. As luck would have it, the papers fell into the trash scattered alongside the road.
Oh, nice.
Whoops! Sorry!
Achi stopped to gather up the sheets of paper, noting that each was adorned with some sort of writing.
Here. Looks like they got kind of messed up, though.
The pages had landed in some kind of... Oh no! Oh god!
We need to go back. Go back. We ruined. We've killed Toyama.
Pages had landed in some kind of spilled liquid. Most of them had gotten stained. Echo, do you want to be this girl?
Oh, yeah, sure.
She's really sad because her dad keeps trying to kill himself.
It's alright. I gotta come into this voice, I already know. You should just throw them away. It's not like I can sell them now anyway.
You're going to sell them? We're sorry. Do you think you'll be able to redo them? Achi, is there a stationery store around here?
Yeah, up at the top of Dogonzaka. Here.
He took a 5,000 yen note from his wallet and offered it to the girl.
To buy new paper. I know I can't replace the stuff you wrote, but...
The girl eyed the money doubtfully. But I think this is...
But
It's fine. Go ahead. Take it.
thank you very much.
I think this is
I
good,
got their
because she
fucking
got
money.
5,000. The little girl spoke with surprising formality. Then she turned and headed up to Dogonzaka. Achi gathered up the trash and tossed it into a garbage bin before he and Hitomi continued on their way.
Maybe this isn't... This didn't kill her dad then, actually.
Yeah.
I love the idea that she was trying to raise 5,000 yen.
Achi led Hitomi to an old multi-tenant building. They hurried inside and headed up the stairs. Behind the reception window on the second floor sat the custodian, sleeping on the job.
All right, let's learn about this guy. Oh, yeah. His name's Yukinori Kitajima. His main job is overseeing the monitoring room for the local surveillance cameras. But on the side, he also works as a novelist and game scenario writer. He often sleeps on the job during his free time, but sometimes while he's asleep, he gets his writing done. Just recently, a certain game was released set in Shibuya, but since he wrote the scenario and emailed it to the game company while he was asleep, he didn't know about it until just the other day.
Can you imagine if you got put in the fucking game and this is you? You got assigned a sleeping
This is
guy.
great. This is great. This is fantastic.
Archie said, "Hey, wake up, man."
Hey, wake up, man!
Archie gave the window a tap, and the man woke with a start. Echo.
Oh? Achichi? Don't scare me like that.
That's one chi too many. And wow, you sure seem to have a lot of free time on your hands.
Yeah, no one's been by to check today. But that's not so bad, right? I mean, I guess it is the surveillance room, but still.
The man let out a big yawn.
My dad asked me to come down here and check on the security monitors, actually.
Sorry to bother you when you're busy.
Oh? Who are you? You with Achichi?
I'm Hitomi Osawa. It's nice to meet you.
Oh ho ho, what, you Achichi's girlfriend?
Again, too many cheese there, and that's none of your business. Just let me have the key.
Hoping his blush wasn't too obvious, Archie mimed unlocking a door.
You won't answer a simple question and you want me to hand over the key?
Yes, I'm his girlfriend, Hitomi said. We've just started dating. So I'm sure I'll be seeing more of you, sir.
I
His
love this
face!
image.
He's like,
He's so like
what?
Ooh!
the way that his posture.
Yeah. She flashed a
His
winning
fucking
smile.
his fucking eyes are about to pop out of his head.
Yeah.
Oh well, what a surprise. Never thought a Chi-Chi could land a fine lady like yourself. He's kind of a loser.
The surprised custodian held out the key.
Good for you, Achichi.
Still one chi too many there. But yeah, dating.
Hachi gazed into Hitomi's face, even more surprised than the custodian. The key dangled, swaying to and fro like a pendulum between Achi and the man behind the counter. Achi, Hitomi said, nudging him in the side with her elbow. Come on.
Huh. Right.
Stepping out of it, Achi took the key and headed up to the next floor. He's so fucking stupid. So good.
He's great. He's so great.
I'm sorry, Toby said he entered the monitoring room. For just saying we were dating like that, I mean.
Face, he's ooh.
It was a pretty clumsy lie.
No, it was just kind of sudden, is all. I was just a bit jittery, I guess.
Achi felt his cheeks color again. I mean, I figured I had to say something or he wasn't going to cooperate. She looked a little embarrassed herself. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make things weird.
No. Nah. It wasn't weird at all. Actually, it was kind of.
He stopped himself there. Now wasn't the time for that sort of conversation. I needed to find that blue minivan.
was kind of kind of nice.
Blue
He's getting
minivan?
smaller. Blue
The blue
minivan.
minivan has Maria in it, or we thought it had Maria in it, but I think we know that it doesn't have Maria in it anymore.
Yeah, so the blue minivan is basically a ploy by the kidnappers to get Hitomi to go in and be kidnapped so they can, because Hitomi is the one that they want in the first place. So the kidnappers are luring her there by saying that Maria is in the blue minivan, basically.
Okay.
The surveillance camera monitoring room is really just a big office with a single computer. Archie knew it well.
So, this is the monitoring system.
Sorry, I need to pull this blanket out from under my cat, who's sitting on it.
Beep boop beep bop boop boop beep 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 bop boop beep beep boop boop.
That the ambient noise of the monitoring room?
Yeah.
He switched on the computer.
Boop boop beep beep boop 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 beep.
There's already
You can see all of
ambience.
downtown Shibuya from this one computer.
Hitomi gazed impatiently at the monitor, even though it wasn't showing anything yet. The look of sheer determination on her face held Achi enthralled.
You talk about how attractive your sister is. But as far as I'm concerned, right now, you're the lovely one, Hitomi.
Okay, so he is just doing it now. Tomi looked at him, uncertain.
I mean, look at the lengths you're going and the risks you're taking to save your sister.
I can't bear the thought that something might happen to her. The last time we were together, I said such horrible things.
Plenty of people do bad things without realizing they're bad. Never mind trying to fix it.
I'm just doing what I think is right.
Yeah, but these days, most people don't do the right thing. Heck, if they did, Shibuya would be covered in trash like it is. Me? I appreciate when someone really cares about the things that are important. Doing the right thing is a matter of course. That's very attractive.
Achi blushed as he said it, and Hitomi shyly looked away. Was this you, Sil?
I think the system is ready. This thing's so simple, even I know how to use it.
Clicking on the mouse, he brought up a row of 4 windows on the monitor. Each window showed a different view of the Shibuya cityscape.
The image quality's not great, but that's because it's being updated on a 2-second delay, I guess.
Achi tapped on the keyboard, bringing up shots of different locations. He clicked on one of them in order to enlarge the image.
Maybe we really can find that minivan with this. Oh, that was you. Sorry.
Maybe we really can find that minivan with this. Hitomi was practically glued to the screen.
My dad's the one who designed the security system.
Your dad must be pretty amazing.
Well, he graduated top of his class at Tokyo Denko University.
A prestigious national university founded over a century ago. Applicants who place highly on the entrance exam can receive a full scholarship. Achi's father was one such attendee. The school has supported extensive research into artificial intelligence, and recently announced an AI program known as Body. While the computer is asleep, different personalities emerge, which have an impact on various normal thought processes, forming a network of more human-like thought patterns as a result. Okay.
Okay. And that's 428. So
Yeah, it's a fun lore thing, I guess.
he always said he could have had a career in computer engineering, but he took over the electronics shop so he could marry my mother instead.
That's such a sweet story. Did they run the store together then? Archie shook his head.
No. My mother died when I was 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tommy sounded even sadder than Archie.
Well, anyway, never mind that. Here, look! Oh my... what is
Seedy-looking
he...
weirdo with they'd run into a Kigo was on the
Oh,
screen.
wait! He's EJ's my Midorikawa right now!
That's so funny.
You can see his
Huh?
fucking
That guy
laptop!
again? Said Weirdo was running all out, a laptop computer under one arm. He was being chased by a man in a long coat.
That guy sure gets chased around a lot, huh?
When the Weirdo slipped out of view, Archie switched to another camera. The new view showed the Weirdo running again. By hopping from camera to camera, they could track him wherever he went.
So long as we have these cameras, this guy's nowhere to run.
Nowhere to run, huh? Oh, I don't know why I was waiting for Soul to say that. The moment he said those words, they struck an odd chord in his mind. He remembered the repeated run-ins with the man with the cane, how the assassin had seemed always to know where to find them. Archie, please, stop messing around and let's look for the minivan. I want to follow this thread.
There's just something I'm curious about.
Archie continued to track the seedy-looking man. Weirdo rushed into a knick-knack shop on Center Guy. Soon after, the man with the coat appeared and followed him into the shop.
Yeah, that's not useful. Aha! Looks like he snatched that guy's computer. Hi, Chi. You're getting sidetracked.
Moments later, the Weirdo came rushing back out of the shop and sprinted away again. He wove through the narrow alleyways with cat-like alacrity. Archie did his best to keep tabs on him, but the man managed to give him the slip. Wow, Tommy said. She too had been watching closely. I'm kind of impressed.
Mind if I keep at it? What?
Sure.
There's just immediately gonna be like they spent the next several hours trying to follow.
To be fair, if they actually were able to follow him, they'd find something even better than the blue minivan.
Yeah. He continued scanning camera images, trying to locate the guy again. At this point, even Hitomi was invested in the quest to find the fugitive.
Yep.
Woof.
But minutes passed and they didn't spot him. Archie was on the verge of giving up. Oh, that's me. Hitomi took out her cell phone. It's an email from Mr. Tanat.
Found him!
Archie's shout cut Hitomi off. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! The guy was in the back alley off of Center Guy. He was talking with someone. Huh? Is that...
Huh?
Oh yeah, that's Archie.
Is that... Hitomi, you have to come look at this!
Ah, that's That's my sister! Hitomi brimmed with excitement.
For real?
I think so.
What's she doing in a place like that? And why's she talking to that guy?
I'm not sure.
I really don't need these two characters to become intertwined again. I really don't need this.
The monitor showed a cheerful little scene.
Looks like they're having fun.
Shut up!
God!
Yes, it's their twins. They're both in older guys. Hachi felt his mood start to sour.
Hachi.
I have to ask, are you sure she was kidnapped?
Yes, at least I sure thought so. So did the police.
And so did Kanan.
Kanan.
Then what's all this about?
Should we go and see for ourselves?
Guess so. Oh, what about the email?
Hachi pointed at Hitomi's cell phone.
Shouldn't you take a look at that?
My sister comes first. That place where she is it far from here?
No, not particularly.
Oh my god, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen?
Is this why it's a keep out for Maria? Yes, that's why it's a keep out for Maria!
Hachi and Hitomi rushed from the building, heading for the alley where Maria was talking to the computer thief. Do we want to jump to Maria now, or continue Hachi and Hitomi?
I think we need to continue on this side and see if it's the kind of thing where it's gonna do a double keep out so that it makes sure that
Yeah. It wasn't long before they were closing in on their destination. They headed down a narrow side street, a familiar figure suddenly appeared to
Wait,
block
I
their
just
way.
realized the flaw in this.
Yeah.
The real obvious flaw is that he's right there.
Yeah, he's in the area.
He just left.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. It's him.
Gun in hand, the man with the cane slowly ambled towards them. Hachi and Hitomi bolted down a nearby alley.
I should have remembered this.
Taking another turn, they reached the alley they'd seen on the cameras. Maria! Hitomi rushed over to her sister.
Oh, fuck.
But Maria just stood staring at Hitomi in silence, as if she couldn't process what was going on.
Oh, dear.
Meanwhile, the assassin was still in pursuit. He had turned the corner behind them and was steadily drawing nearer. He pointed his gun at Hitomi's head.
Come on, hurry!
He tried to lead the two girls away, hoping to escape further down the alley. But instead, Maria charged boldly at the man with the cane. Oh my god. Oh my god!
Whoa!
The assassin was caught off guard by the unexpected counterattack, but he reacted quickly, clubbing the girl in the head with the grip of his pistol. Maria!
Huh?
Maria! Maria.
Maria!
She stared in horror as her sister collapsed in a heap on the ground. Then Hitomi's eyes rolled back in her head, and she fainted into Hachi's arms.
Yeah, I think we need to jump to Maria and have her not do that.
Yeah,
Hitomi, hey!
but the shock had overwhelmed her. She was out cold. Bro.
That's a good.
Bro.
That's really good photography.
Slowly, the assassin lifted his gun again, aiming for Hachi and Hitomi. If he'd only had Hitomi to protect, Hachi might have been able to pick her up and get away. But he couldn't just leave her sister here. He knew, with the chilling certainty of despair, that he could never save them both. Bad end.
All right, let's jump and see if Maria has a better idea than that one.
Maybe not doing that thing that she did, which was really stupid.
It's interesting learning the ways this game's like doing pacing So like doing a bad end if you don't do the jump, and like having the double keep out so that you have to get to both keep outs before being able to continue either story.
Yeah,
Fun.
definitely.
Maria.
Yippee.
Yes.
This is useful.
Suddenly I hear someone call out.
Maria!
Huh? I spin around to see a young girl running toward me. She kind of looks like me. Behind her are two men. One's the weirdo from before, and the other one's the man with the one of them is the man with the cane. He raises his gun and aims it at her. Oh no, he's going to shoot her! The instant I realize what he's doing, I'm lunging towards him uncontrollably.
Oh my god.
He shifts his grip on the gun and clubs me on the head. I stagger against the wall, trying to keep my feet, but my legs buckle under me and I crumple on the spot.
What?
No choice.
There's no
the
choice
break,
here. Keep out.
it broke the keep out for reals. So I don't even know why I tried to protect this girl. My body just moved on its own. Maybe it was just a reflexive impulse to help someone in danger? But am I the sort of person who'd risk her life to protect some complete stranger?
Oh my god, a keep out into a bad end. What
It's a
the
keep out
fuck?
into a bad end?
What the fuck?
What's the hint say? Does it just say don't do this? Does it just say don't be too fucking smart, you piece of shit? Is it like, oh, you thought you were really smart, huh? Well, fuck you.
Yeah, I think you literally just can't... Oh, whoops. Oh, I didn't want to do that.
Well, we got a chance of the hint, so...
No, I was just gonna do... I think you just can't put Achi in... I think you just have to
Damn! Almost everyone's in a bad end right now.
Everyone's in a fucking bad end. Okay, well, Minorikawa isn't...
Go back to the other thing and let's just go, Sawa. Let's just take a little break before trying to...
I'm just gonna do it from the time chart because, it's just easier for this case. Also because I was already in the, like, game.
Yeah, I just don't like starting it from here.
I know. I've never truly trusted anyone. Not on a fundamental level. Human beings are a type of organism that I can't get a true handle on through mere surface interactions. And the very fact that I've never trusted anyone else means that, inevitably, no one else has ever trusted me. In the end, maybe the root of all of my problems can be traced back to my heart. As he waited for Minorikawa to contact him, Osawa thought about his current crisis. Assuming Tanaka was behind the kidnapping, then he must have accomplices. And these criminals had mistakenly abducted Maria in their attempt to get at the antiviral drug that was in Hitomi's blood. Maria and Hitomi were fraternal twins, but they looked similar enough to be mistaken for identical twins. Still, Tanaka would never confuse the two. The mix-up must have been made by some criminal who didn't know Maria or Hitomi personally. Insisting that Hitomi bring a ransom to the train station was obviously their solution. It had set her up for a second abduction. But piecing together this much of the kidnapper's plan only raised a different question. Why had Tanaka shown him those emails from Hitomi? Wouldn't the criminals want to keep information like that hidden? The more Osawa thought about things, the less they made sense.
Yeah, why did he do that?
Just who are my true allies? And who are my foes? I don't know who this is.
I think we know who this is.
Oh, yep, it's Columbo. Get ready, Echo. It's your time. Time to shine.
Mr. Osawa, a delivery has arrived for you.
It was Kajiwara at the study door. Come in. Kajiwara stepped into the room and handed Osawa a litter-sized envelope. Osawa checked the label. Come in. Requires a 1,000 yen
Coming.
initiation fee.
Requires a
Okay.
requires a 1,000 yen initiation fee and a yearly dues of 3,000 yen. Membership grants several perks, including the opportunity to reserve concert tickets in advance of the general public. Osawa is fond of the members-only website content, which includes Ayakamiki's blog and exclusive videos.
The official Ayakamiki fan club membership application enclosed. Right. He had requested the application the day he'd gotten back from overseas.
Yeah?
Oh, no.
Would you mind opening that?
What for?
I'd just like to check the contents of any packages you've received today, sir. It's possible the kidnapper may try to make contact with you by mail.
Osawa opened the envelope. Inside, he found the expected application, along with several postcards featuring pictures of the singer. Kajiwara peered pointedly at the postcard images.
You must really like her.
And just what sort of music do you listen to, then? Osawa asked, staring at one of the postcards. It was a striking photo that showed off Kamiki's expressive eyes.
Let me think. I'm so excited. Mostly classical, I suppose.
Osawa raised a quizzical eyebrow.
You know, like Mozart and Chopin and the like.
All right, let's Mozart. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, 1970, not 1756 to 1791, Austrian-born music prodigy and classical composer. Famous works include The Marriage of Figaro, The Magic Flute, and Symphony Number 41, known as the Jupiter Symphony. Chopin, Frederick Francois Chopin, 1810-1849, composer and pianist of the early Romantic era, famed as a national musician of Poland. Left behind numerous solo piano works. Famous works include his Nocturne, Op. 9, Number 2, and his Piano Sonata, Number 2.
Op 9. Gangnam Style.
It's
Oh.
like, it's I honestly don't know what hope means in that.
I don't really either. He hummed a few bars. Can't say I've ever heard them.
Op.
What are you?
Op refers to opus.
Oh, okay.
Are you serious?
Kajiwara looked shocked. I'm familiar with the names, of course. I just never had much of an interest in music.
Oh, that's such a shame. Would you care to listen to a piece now? This will calm you.
This could help him.
I suppose I may as well. Now that he brought it
This
up,
could help him.
So I was curious to know what sort of music Kajiwara enjoyed. The detective pulled a digital music player out of his pocket.
Here you go.
Osawa slipped the attached earbuds into his ears. No, he has earpods in. He's not going to hear the missiles.
More like the missus, am I right? Because his wife hates him.
He heard a flow of quiet strings that was soon joined by bold, dramatic horns. As the piece continued, it grew more profound and complex. Osawa could feel his spirit calming.
Oh my god, it's working. He's gonna cry.
He took a deep breath, then expelled it through his nostrils. Felt as if the toxic gloom that had filled him was departing with the air. Before he knew it, nearly 10 minutes had passed.
What do you think?
It's quite nice.
The theme of this piece is,
Kajiwara paused for a moment in thought.
well, it's about how erudition can be boorishness.
Accumulated knowledge. The term used often connotes an advanced or esoteric understanding. Displaying a moderate amount can impress others, but pompously flaunting it is bound to put them off.
Kajiwara!
Kajiwara.
Thank you. If I hadn't met you, I'd never have discovered this piece. He spoke the words unthinkingly, with unaccustomed frankness. There's Kajiwara Osawa crack ship beginning. Enemies to lovers.
I mean, yeah, I don't think it's a crack ship. It's clearly where it's going.
Yeah, it's clearly what they were intending with the content.
Yeah.
Is this the power of music, then?
I'm very happy to hear that, sir.
Osawa gazed at one of the postcards as he let himself be drawn back into the music. Aya was scooping up handfuls of mystical blue sand. Grains dripped down from her fingertips. I feel like I could be in this photo here. Like I've lived my life letting so many things slip through my fingers. Kajiwara thought for a moment before responding.
I think anyone who's worked hard to accomplish something and focused for a long time on that one thing is susceptible to those kinds of feelings.
Accomplishing something means getting results. That's not where my problem is. Sara removed the headphones and gave back the music player. You told me not to hide things from you, right? And allow me to speak frankly. Leaning back heavily in his chair, Sara took another deep, slow breath. I'm anxious. So anxious that it's almost crushing me.
Given the circumstances, sir, that's completely understand.
No! Sara spoke up before Kajiwara could finish. It's not that. It's not that at all. He shook his head vigorously. If the worst should happen to my daughter, how am I going to feel, I wonder? I'm not a man with a wide range of emotions. My heart is always cold, somehow. And the truth is, I've wanted it to be that way. Which is why, if I do lose my daughter, my heart might remain unmoved. I may not even be able to feel a father's sorrow. That's what I'm anxious about. He felt his emotions twist inside him in a way that was utterly confusing. For perhaps the first time in his life, he realized how fickle a thing the human heart can be.
It's all right, sir.
Kajiwara flashed him a carefree smile. What's all right?
People who really have cold hearts don't worry about that sort of thing.
The detective held out his music player again.
Here, I'd like you to have this. Please, give it another listen if you like. I think it might help you calm your nerves.
Sawa took the offered device. He had dared to open up to Kajiwara just a little. To his own surprise, he felt grateful for it.
And how about one of these as well?
It's a banana.
Yes! Yes!
I'll get
The detective produced a
banana.
banana from his pocket. I love this fucking frame of like how it's so dark and the only color is the yellow. It's
It's
like
the fucking banana.
the fucking banana is so bold. Like this is such a good photo of the stupid fucking banana.
It's
I'm
so
fine,
fucking
thanks.
funny.
Are you sure?
Come
Take
on.
it. Take the banana.
He's a fucking. He's like letting himself be more open. He takes the banana.
Oh, all right. I guess I'll take it. Sawa spoke irritably, and his expression softened a little. This is gonna be a bad hint if I eat this banana.
Yeah, him eating the banana. It turns out he's allergic. He has a latex allergy he didn't know about.
You know, you've been getting on my nerves all day.
Really? And here I thought I'd be doing what I could to soothe your spirits, Mr. Osawa.
It's actually been a real long time since I've yelled at anyone quite so much. The words left his lips. Osawa found himself thinking back to one particular rainy day. Man, he looks so different without his glasses. Marie had been in 5th grade at the time. Osawa was standing in his daughter's room. In his hands, he held the letter she'd left behind. He happened to glance out the window, saw Maria walking along, soaked from head to toe.
Did she just run away from home?
In an instant, Osawa was consumed with rage. Maria had left a note. It read,
Dad, you only pay attention to Otomi. You're too busy with work to play with me, so I'm running away from home.
Struck by an impulse he didn't quite understand, he ran from the room, heading to the front door. Maria had just gotten back inside. Osawa met her silently in the entryway. Wet strands of hair clung to the girl's forehead as she looked up at her father with a bitter glare.
You don't care what happens to me, do you?
Impulsively, he slapped her face. Maria's cheek turned red and tears welled up in her eyes. Osawa's anger transformed abruptly into guilt. He gazed down at the palm of his hand and saw a tiny spot of blood. He was shocked by the recognition of what he'd just done.
How do you do
Again,
that?
He was afraid. Afraid that his daughter could bring such raw emotion out of him, make him do something so thoughtless.
Is something wrong, Mr. Osawa?
Kajiwara was leaning in, looking concerned. Osawa came back into the moment with the start, realized he had buried his face in his hands. No, he muttered, looking up. Just getting angry, yelling at people. I'm not good with that sort of thing. I don't like it. He picked up the music player and fidgeted with the earbuds as he spoke. Mrs. Kajiwara.
Well, getting angry and yelling at people, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's just human. I'm like slipping into King Missile cadence.
It's human to do those kinds of things. I often said that he was cold and mechanical. Her sarcasm only underlined a fact he'd always lived with, that he didn't know how to conduct himself like a human being.
If you get angry, you show it. If you get sad, you show it. It's human nature to let other people know how we're feeling, after all.
But what if doing that hurts the other person?
That's when you apologize, sir.
It occurred to Osawa that he'd never tried to tell anyone how he felt before. He'd never felt the need to. And yet, right now, he suddenly felt that, if his daughters were to appear before him, he might blurt out everything he'd ever left unsaid. It was a terrifying thought.
Darling?
I opened the door and stepped into the room.
The detectives are asking for you. It seems there's been a development.
We'll be right there.
Peep out!
Uh-oh.
Okay. Cool.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Oh, that's not what I wanted to see.
yeah, it didn't solve any of our problems.
Alright. I didn't think it would, honestly, but I wanted a change of pace, and I'm glad for it. Because, like, you know.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I think what we have to do is either a different choice for Kano.
I don't...
No, that's just the punching. I don't think that's gonna make a difference.
Yeah, that one's not gonna help. I think it's somewhere else.
I think we have to make it so they don't find Marina.
Yeah, this just seems the most straightforward thing.
As frustrating as it is.
That's on us for being too smart.
Mhm.
The game's like, no, no, no.
Too smart.
And you know, this is how we're gonna fucking save Minorikawa, is with the
Minivan.
van. Oh, right. My bad.
Achi switched over to a different camera. He continued switching views, scanning the streets of Shibuya, but there was no sign of a blue minivan anywhere. Still, they remained glued to the monitor. Oh, that's
right.
me.
We're not gonna be distracted, so she's gonna know what the email is, which is bad because Tanaka might do something.
It's an email from Mr. Tanaka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about time for my mood to take a dip.
Oh, Achi. What? She looked up from her phone. Achi, Mr. Tanaka found the minivan.
Fuck! He what? What does he say? Read it to me!
Okay. I ran after it, but wound up losing sight of it. It was heading toward Gina. That's what he says.
What about your sister?
Another jump point. I can't believe they put a jump point in the bad-end route.
They
Fuck
put the
you.
fake jump, but this is the real jump to the same place that with the same keep out. That's very funny. Was she inside?
He doesn't say. Achi switched over to an array of surveillance cameras near Gina. A few seconds the transition took felt agonizingly slow. Finally, 4 new images popped up. Achi quickly enlarged one of them. He's talking. I love this. It's like they're looking at you inside the computer. They're like, what?
Ugh!
Sorry, I just have to save the image. I'll just post
fair.
it in the channel. Ah! Blue minivan.
That's the blue minivan.
There on the monitor with the blue minivan. There was no doubt about it. Aji and Tomi rushed from the building, speeding toward Gina in an all-out run. Oh my god.
They're both here. Run, Nachi. Run, Itomi. Run, other guy who's looking for Miku.
Really want to do that, but we gotta. I want to see where this goes.
I
first.
know, but like, I think dumping to Minorikawa is the play because his fate is the one that's the most fucked.
Yeah.
I love the break.
Yeah. Running along Koendori in pursuit of Miku, Minorikawa heard a cell phone ringtone coming from somewhere nearby. Whoa, FMV!
Whoa, FMV! Wait, uh-oh.
Oh god.
He exploded!
Problem
FMV
solved.
explosion!
Uh-oh.
Suddenly, a massive fiery blast knocked him from his feet. A deafening roar set his head throbbing. What was that? What's going on? He lay in a daze on the ground, trying to wrap his mind around what had just happened. He smelled the foul scent of burning rubber. Then came a sound of quick footsteps rushing up to him. Mr. Minorikawa! The voice called out to him as if across an impossible distance. Mr. Minorikawa! Was that Miku? Oh, it's Miku. So this is, I think...
Yeah, I
Soul.
knew it was Miku, but you just said it
Sorry.
before I could.
He forced his eyes open and saw Miku looking anxiously down at him.
Mr. Minorikawa!
Miku, those things I said earlier, I'm sorry. I went too far.
What are you talking about? That's not important right now.
Miku choked back a gasp, and Minorikawa realized he had blood leaking from his mouth.
Fuck.
His body wouldn't move, and his mind is reeling. What happened? Tell me. Miku's voice is dry and hoarse.
There was a minivan. It exploded.
Exploded? A minivan exploded on a city street? That sounded like a terrorist act. His reeling mind drifted back to the attempted bioterrorist attack on Kasumigaseki 2 years earlier. An unoccupied minivan had exploded outside an MDP station, and afterward a device meant to scatter a dangerous biological agent had been discovered near the subway. With sudden clarity, Minorikawa recalled what Osawa had said earlier. It's interesting how this is like... Well, I'll talk about it later once I've done like some Googling, but I'm thinking about things and how this game was inspired and like culture stuff.
Yeah.
The power balance of the entire world might be at stake here. Could there be some sort of connection between Osawa's warning and this explosion? There was. There had to be. Norikawa's journalistic intuition told him it must be true. Something terrible is underway here in Shibuya. Police, a man in a suit announced. He crashed beside Norikawa and gently lifted his head and torso. Hang in there, buddy. Stay with us. A change of position allowed Norikawa to clear his airway, and he sucked in a deep breath.
Oh.
But as he did, an intense pain shot through his lungs. I think I might be done for. Whatever his intuition might be telling him, it didn't look like he'd ever be able to write about it. But if he couldn't get his words onto the page, the least he could do was tell someone else. This last act, maybe he could still accomplish something. He strained to get a few words out. Osawa. Kenji Osawa. The power balance of the entire world. As his voice failed, he heard the sound of ambulance sirens approaching. Paramedics began frantically unloading stretchers. I don't think we saved Midorikawa, but
No,
he
we
also,
didn't.
it was like no, it was so short.
We didn't save him at all.
Turning
This
his
is
head.
another fucking batted out of a keep out.
Turning his head, he saw a number of other people who
was
had been injured in the
instant.
explosion laid out on the roadside. Amongst them were a woman and child. Emergency workers bearing a stretcher came over to Midorikawa. Forget about me. I'm beyond helping. See to the others instead. Midorikawa shouted annoyedly.
This is really funny because this is the coolest Minorikawa is.
Yeah,
Since
definitely.
like the very start when he's like, I need to save this dude who's trying to kill himself.
Yeah, like Midorikawa is like simultaneously a huge cut most of the time, like 90% of the time, and then just like occasionally is sick as fuck. Midorikawa shouted immediately, but no one heard. Premonition of disaster. What's the hint for this? Norikawa chased Miku as far as Koindori, only to be caught in the blast when a minivan suddenly exploded. A few simple words can change his fate. Someone who shouts something at 15:30 needs to change what it is they shout. If Norikawa hears something that grabs his attention, he may not get too close to the explosion.
Okay, so I guess maybe Aichi or Maria say something that changes this. Because it's gonna be one of them.
Archie.
It could also be Maria, because Maria,
Oh yeah,
but Maria
actually.
probably isn't there.
Well,
I
but
think.
also Maria, like,
The keep out like worked. We don't have to jump back.
yeah. Do you want to go to
it-
Maria first?
Yeah, let's see if it's Maria before we go down Aichi. Because if we go down Aichi right now, it's just gonna be a bad end,
Yeah,
for sure.
that's what I'm
If he's
thinking.
not the one that saves Minorikawa.
This is.
Woo! Suddenly, I feel totally exhausted. I let out a sigh and dropped my eyes, and that's when I noticed a notebook at the ground at my feet. Did the assassin drop this? I pick it up and look inside. There's a photograph tucked in the back cover. It shows 3 young people, 2 boys and a girl. Well, what do I do now? Do I go to the police? How do they even explain the situation? We've done this one. What am I supposed to do? I hang my head at a total loss. The necklace around my neck sways idly to and fro. Oh, we have
Okay, so
to
we have
break
to
it
do
again?
Okay, you do have to break it again.
Weird. Well, it's not that big of a deal.
Okay. Keep out again.
Eventually, I muster up the energy to start walking around town, heading nowhere in particular. The billboard outside a department store displays the poster for some female musician. She must be pretty popular, because lots of passersby stop to take a good look. Am I just imagining things? I feel like I saw the same poster somewhere, very recently.
Oh my god, it's her. That is
Standing
Ayakabiki.
underneath the sign is a woman talking on her cell phone. It sounds like she's having an argument with whoever's on the line. I don't want to be nosy, so I just pass on by.
Okay. She's a character in
Okay.
this?
As
I
I
knew
come
it.
to the Koendori, I gradually come to a halt. I'm a little tired from all this aimless wandering around. I let my gaze stray along the street as I consider my next move. Then, I catch sight of a blue minivan parked across the street. Oh. Suddenly, my heart starts pounding. I know this. I know this minivan. If I head over it, I'm sure I'll remember something.
No.
As if pulled by some huge magnet, I made my way toward the vehicle. Maybe Maria isn't the one who's gonna fucking save it.
Maria die moment. Everyone dies. Everyone
I
fucking
like that I
dies.
said that literally the moment there was a sudden thunderous boom.
We've done like so many
She's
bad
maybe
ends
not
to the
dead.
tower.
She maybe didn't get exploded by it. Nope. I'm knocked flat by a blast of energy and the world goes all topsy-turvy. As I lie in shock, a wave of unfamiliar images fill my mind. Wait, maybe this is a load-bearing explosion for her.
I love when the game is just like, here, have a bad end where a bunch of things happen that we can't just do in the main story. So because like we can't just have Maria gain her memory back. So in this bad end, she's gonna gain her memory back as she's dying from explosion.
No, maybe this is gonna help somehow.
Maria has to die.
A cloud of whirling dust in some place that isn't Japan. A simple room with unfamiliar architecture. Look, see, she doesn't have to get all her memories back. She's just getting memories of Kanan. A girl. And I know the girl's name. Her name is... On the verge of that revelation, my consciousness fades away. Maybe not.
Bad end.
Okay, we can't stop that explosion, right?
We
Like,
can't stop the explosion, but we can like warn. Maybe it is Achi that does it.
okay, let's go to Hachi.
It's literally the only thing I can think.
Let's go to Hachi. Like, okay.
Achi and Tomi rushed
Like-
him. Okay. Oh, easy. Yeah.
Cause like the main thing we know is that Minorikawa heard the cell phone,
Yeah.
and then there was an explosion, which makes me think that that's like a trigger, is Tanaka calling her on the phone, right?
Yeah.
So this is let's see if we got something here.
Aji and Hitomi rushed from the building, speeding toward Jinan in an all-out run. Neither spoke. They simply dashed along in silence. Achi felt as if they'd been running a marathon and the finish line had finally come into view. They hooked a left at the station and darted past the Seibu department store.
Aha!
Achi pointed as he came to a stop. The blue minivan was still there, parked by the curb along the slight hilly incline. Leaving Achi behind, Hitomi started rushing up the hill.
Uh-oh. No!
Alarm bells started going off in Achi's mind. Someone from the kidnapping crew was in that van. It was dangerous to approach carelessly.
So it's probably
Mino-
A, right?
No, Minorikawa knows their names, right?
Does Minorikawa know Hitomi's name?
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
let's-
yes. Let's just try Hitomi wait, I guess.
Hitomi, wait!
Achi shouted. But she didn't appear to hear his cries. The hope of rescuing her sister had driven all else from her mind.
Okay, maybe it is the other thing.
Achi started to run after her. Hitomi had reached the vehicle already. She brought her face close to one of its windows, but the tinted glass obscured the view inside. Hitomi circled around to the minivan's other side.
Oh my god.
Achi saw her grasping at the door. She slipped out of his view for just a moment. Yes! FMV!
Here we go again!
Whoa!
Whoa!
I love when the game does FMV. It's like my treat for playing the game for so long.
And if we didn't continuously pick all of these wrong options, we wouldn't get some of them.
There's a thunderous explosion, and a gout of flame tore the roof off the minivan like it was made of aluminum foil.
Oh.
Hitomi!
Horrified, Archie charged through roiling smoke, searching for Hitomi. He saw two figures sprawled on the street, several meters from the van. Hitomi and Kanan.
Hitomi, wake up!
Archie cradled her in his arms, and her eyes drifted open faintly.
Maybe what's gonna happen is if Aichi actually saves Hitomi, then Kanan can save Maria, and also Minorikawa just saves himself.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
Hitomi didn't appear to understand him. Her only response was a blank, dazed look. There was a small patch of red on her face. Achi wiped it gently away with a finger. He saw no further signs of bleeding. She must have been splattered by someone else's blood. As far as he could tell, she hadn't been gravely injured. Achi let out a sigh of relief.
Hitomi.
Oh no, that's Kanan.
No, that's Kanan.
Echo.
Hitomi. Is she alright?
Her clothes were scorched in places, and she was bleeding from her hand.
Kanan, did you save her?
Is she alright?
Yeah. What about her sister?
Kanan didn't respond. No, it can't be. Achi went to look inside the van. Amidst the smoke and flames, he could make out the outline of a body.
What happened here?
Achi had to look away.
God. Get Hitomi out of here. Hurry. Sorry for sneezing, by the way. I know it was really loud. Like those guys show back up.
Kanan's face twisted up with pain.
All right.
Is the bad end or not? Achi settled Hitomi carefully in his arms. Is this Achi or... No, that's Kanan.
Yeah.
Wait. I need to tell you something. Alphard. Alpharad.
Alphanel.
Huh?
Levier is in the critically acclaimed MMO Final Fantasy 14. You can you
Please.
can play its expansions through the second Stormblood for free. Alphard. That's the name of the mastermind. I'm sure it'll come up again if you keep pursuing this. But if you value your life, don't get involved with Alphard any further. Now go.
Okay. And thanks.
With Hitomi in his arms, Achi hurried from the scene. He wasn't sure where he was heading. He just wanted to get away, wherever that meant. He carried her past the crowd of onlookers that had swiftly begun to assemble. Flames of the burning van rose ever higher, roaring up toward the sky, the heavens. Okay. Okay, so that's... Okay, so that is Hachi. Well, maybe... Because sometimes in
Okay,
action...
well, okay, here's how it is. We see if okay, Hitomi did say Minorikawa.
Yeah, so... Because the thing is that...
So maybe Minorikawa saves Maria.
Yeah.
Or
Sometimes...
Kano saves Maria.
Sometimes there's an action that is not meaningful for one character that is meaningful for other characters. Like, a character will do an action that doesn't do anything for themselves, but has impacts on other plots.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Hitomi, wait!
As he ran on Koindori after Miku, Nurkar heard someone shout out a familiar name. Hitomi? It was a pretty common name. Ordinarily, he wouldn't have given it a second thought, but he remembered that one of the Miss Midoriyama winners was named Hitomi Osawa. That made him curious.
Okay.
A moment later, he heard a cell phone ringtone. He immediately recognized it as an Ai Kamiki-san. His reporter's instincts tingled. He stopped to take a look around, and one young woman caught his eye almost immediately.
Oh my god, is he actually about to save Maria? No, he's looking at Hitomi, fuck up!
He couldn't assume that any pretty girl he saw was Miss Midoriyama. After all, it'd be a little too convenient if he just so happened to run into her now. Still, it didn't cost him anything to ask. Are you Hitomi Hosawa? He might as well at least check. But to his own surprise, he hesitated in embarrassment. He'd never been too embarrassed to ask a question before. He didn't get a chance to contemplate that realization. We get to see this FMV explosion. Nope, it's not FMV this time. Fucked up. She was right there.
Yeah, but the explosion was in the front of the car.
Oh, okay. Sure, yeah, that makes sense. She should definitely be alive. A massive fiery blast knocked him from his feet. The deafening roar set his head throbbing. What was that? What's going on? He lay in a daze on the ground, trying to wrap his mind around what had just happened. Behind him, there was a minivan, fiercely ablaze. A minivan. An explosion. The first thing to pop into his mind was the attempted bioterrorist attack on Kazumigaseki 2 years earlier. An unoccupied minivan had exploded outside an MDP station. Afterward, a device meant to scatter a dangerous biological agent had been discovered near the subway. In the end, no one had been harmed, but there were rumors that the government had paid a terrorist organization a hefty sum to keep it that way. Right now, Norikawa was a stone's throw from the Shibuya precinct. Could this be a repeat of the Kazumigaseki attack? The entire area was in an uproar. People were running around in panic. Norikawa could see several injured people lying on the ground, unmoving. And yet, despite the gravity of the situation, numerous onlookers were casually taking photos with their cell phones. Norikawa got to his feet, then went to try to get everyone away from the scene of the explosion. Hey, you guys! Get back! There could be another bomb! Norikawa looked around as he pushed back the crowd. He was getting the strong whiff of the scoop. He needed to write his copy ASAP, but he couldn't just turn his back on the situation now.
He's so back to normal, this is insane!
2 young men were strolling toward the burning vehicle. They had the look of juvenile delinquents. Whoa, what the heck? Is this for real? Oh, no, wait.
Ain't this dangerous? Like for serious?
Like, for serious? Pierre tried to find an optimal vantage point. Hey, don't get any closer! He spread his arms wide to hold them back. The young men came to a halt, but otherwise paid him no heed. Oh, this is bad. This is for real bad.
Think this is a terrorist thing?
Yo, get out your phone. Come on.
But like, you think this is a terrorist thing?
Dude, shut up. Just hurry up and call Susumu. The taller of the two, dressed in red, was ordering around his blue-clad companion.
Huh? Man, do it yourself.
Say what now?
Bitch, this is no time to get yourself all worked up.
Norikawa stood there, arms still held wide, getting more and more annoyed at their back and forth. Yo, just make the call, man. The young fellow in red scowled. Wasn't going to back down.
Huh? Yo, what difference does it make if I do it or you do it?
It doesn't make any difference, so it don't matter if you do it.
Yeah, right, it don't matter. So in that case, you do it.
Look, I'm telling you to just make the damn call.
And I'm telling you to just make your damn self.
Oh, enough of this already. Norikawa opened his mouth to tell them off. Then the young man in red spoke again. Dude, the goods from over at Endo Electronics are gone. You gotta let Susumu know. The name Endo Electronics caught Norikawa's attention.
Huh? Yeah, but ain't that Achi dude's fault for getting huffy at us? I mean, it was Kiryu who told us to go find the Endo storehouse.
Yeah, but Susumu don't like dealing in stolen goods. Because it dirties the SOS name. Well, what a coincidence. Look like these two are SOS members. Hey,
Minoru?
you too. You too.
What's going on?
He finally succeeded in getting their attention. Where's this Susumu fellow? I'd like to talk to him. Norikawa goes to the leader of the gang. He had no idea who Susumu was, having only heard the name just now. Still, the way that you were talking, it seemed clear he held some position of leadership. You think I'd tell you if I knew? The fellow in red snarled. Norikawa kept his composure. Listen, you guys know the Tenryugumi? The Tenryugumi was a Yakuza syndicate that operated in Shibuya.
An up-and-coming Yakuza syndicate that turned up on the scene 10 years ago with the seemingly legitimate Takarada financing as its business front. The group offers monetary solutions for people in financial trouble, but those who accept their offers soon find that their troubles will only grow and grow. Embroiled in conflict with the Kanto Shiranegumi, who have long been established in Shibuya.
These street kids were sure to be familiar with the name, if nothing else. I may not look it, but I'm in pretty tight with the Tenryugumi. And maybe you two don't know it, but Susumu's been showing up at their office a lot lately.
Susumu's been dealing with the Yakuza?
Whoa, for real? Sweet! The two punks bought it completely. What's SOS using as their hangout these days? I've got a little something to discuss with Susumu.
Huh?
Right now at this bar called Inferno. Minorikawa made a mental note of the name. Right. And Inferno was where, exactly? Two young men suddenly looked distinctly uncomfortable. Uh-oh. Later.
Yeah, I gotta think.
Yeah, I gotta think I gotta do too.
Backing away, they took off through the crowd. Hey, wait up! I need to know where Inferno is! The parrot already vanished.
Why they vanish?
Ambulances
Oh,
began arriving at the
God.
scene, and paramedics rushed out to tend to the wounded. Excuse me, would you mind answering a few questions? Oh no, that's Minorikawa. That's Kano saying that.
Yeah, that's
Excuse me,
Kano.
would you mind answering a few questions? Minorikawa turned to see a man in a suit approach him, flashing his badge. So, a detective with questions for him, huh? How about you answer a few questions for me? Was this an accident or an attack? We still don't know many details. Let me rephrase that for you. This is a major incident, Minorikawa exclaimed. Huh? The detective looked pretty flummoxed. I've been around the block a few times, and I know all your police PR lingo. And when you start talking about the details, that is 100% indicative of a major incident. Brushing aside Minorikawa's remark, the detective tried another question. Did you happen to notice anything unusual prior to the explosion? Unusual? Minorikawa thought back to the moments before the minivan blew up. Now that you mention it, I think I heard a cell phone ringtone. The detective tilted his head. A ringtone? No, never mind. Forget that. There's no way the ringtone on someone's phone would be audible through all of that.
No.
Minorikawa struck the
You
thought from his own
fucking-
mind as he said it. In all likelihood, he'd associated the ringtone and the explosion simply because one had happened right before the other. Oh no. No, that's Jack Stanley. It's
Kano.
a large-statured Caucasian man had called out to the detective. Evidently, the detective's name was Kano. Thank you for your cooperation, he said with a bow. Then he ran over to the foreigner.
It's really funny that, like, presumably Kano has maybe just has a keep out, like, 4 seconds after his bad end that we solved.
Yeah. Mr. Minorikawa! Oh no, that's Miku.
Mr. Minorikawa!
Found Miku standing there. She looked like she'd been crying. Miku, about earlier. I trailed off searching for an apology.
It's okay. That doesn't matter right now.
Miku looked around the scene. Minorikawa followed her gaze. Something big went down here.
I know! The explosion! I saw it happen with my own eyes!
You what? Miku looked around nervously. Are you alright? He asked her. You're not hurt, are you?
I'm okay. My ears are still ringing a bit, is all.
Good. So what did you see at the time of the explosion? Miku assumed a thoughtful expression.
There was this girl who was running toward the minivan. And then I think I saw this other Middle Eastern girl suddenly make a dive for her. And then the van just exploded.
Wait, hold on. So if I'm getting this right, it sounds like this Middle Eastern girl saved the girl who was running up to the van. Miku nodded. Just then, Minorikawa's phone chimed. He'd received an email. It was from Chiaki. This is Echo.
Huh?
Chiaki email.
What?
Remember the girl who was really sopping wet and then she
Yeah.
got her out? She got purged?
Yeah, I have to take a breath for this one. Mr. Mino, are you still working on your copy? Because I'm done.
He checked his watch. At this point, the 4 o'clock deadline is barely 20 minutes away. Nonetheless, he decided to stay at the bomb scene. He could definitely smell a scoop here. He was sure of it. Even if he couldn't get his 6 pages done by 4, landing a major scoop should be enough to persuade the loan company. Minorikawa jotted his phone number down and handed it to Miku. I'll make things up to you.
Oh god, I don't know why I thought I was Minorikawa.
Give me a call later. Miku took the scrap of paper, puzzled. If you're looking for an Aiki Jujutsu dojo, I know a few. With that, her face lit up. Minorikawa decided to process the scene for clues. As he wandered around, he caught sight of Detective Kano and his Caucasian colleague heading down an alley.
Caucasian colleague!
What's that I smell? Something pretty damn fishy. Echo, did you make this image that you posted?
Yeah.
That's really good. If they were slipping away for a private conversation, maybe there was some way he could listen in. Minorikawa hurried into one of the buildings that bordered the alley. He looked around and found a public bathroom with stairs in the alley side of the building. Hoping beyond hope, he slipped up to the bathroom window. Voices outside. He held his breath and listened. Those international criminals you mentioned? Kano's words were faint, but he could make them out. Minorikawa did a little fist pump.
Correct. Roughly 8 hours ago, they infected Maria Osawa with the UA virus.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck. Then, they let her loose somewhere in Shibuya.
I see.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hold on. By UA, you mean... The discussion involves some terms Minorikawa is familiar with. Focused all of his mental energy on what the two were saying.
This is a killer virus with a 100% mortality rate once it takes hold.
100%? Minorikawa muttered to himself. The shock caused him to unclench the fist he didn't realize he'd made. This wasn't just an interesting conversation. It was monumental.
It has an incubation period of 12 hours. In another 4 hours, Maria Osawa will go symptomatic.
Oh my god.
After that, she'll begin spreading the virus through the city.
It's capable of airborne transmission?
If we don't administer Kenji Osawa's antiviral before she develops symptoms,
Yes.
everyone in Shibuya is going to die.
Minorikawa felt goosebumps rise all over his body. They were talking about a virus and a Kenji Osawa. They could only mean that Kenji Osawa. He recalled what Osawa had said earlier about the power balance of the world being at stake. There was no doubt about it. This was a tremendous scoop. Well, we need to find Maria Osawa and get the antiviral to her as soon as possible.
Just calm down. There's more to the story.
Oh, it's starting to leak out. Door swung open and loudly, and someone came barging into the bathroom. Oh my god.
I knew it in my heart. I knew in my heart.
Hey, his pose is like the way his arm is up on the wall. He looks like kind of a horror.
He looks like
creature.
He is.
He's the scary grabber.
He is.
Like, his arm should not... He's, like, bending really far.
It's I think the shoulder pads are making it more.
Yeah. It was Yanagashita. Why him again? Why here of all places? Oh, I'm leaking here! Okay. Alright. Okay. I don't even know if Null Classic is here for this amazing scene. This incredible monumental scene.
Yeah, this is an important scene.
His voice must have been audible outside. Khan and his companion went to take the discussion elsewhere. Just been getting to the good part. You son of a bitch! Enraged, Mr. Ricard grabbed Gashta and tossed him to the floor. I'm leaking! Shut your mouth! Put all of his strength into an ankle hold and gave it a good twist.
A professional wrestling technique that involves grabbing the opponent by the ankle, being caught up like this, can be extremely painful. It also puts a lot of pressure on the lower body, and if you're already fighting the urge to urinate, well...
Ah! Ah! Ricard left the idiot flubbering the bathroom and hurried out of the building after he had forced him to piss his pants.
Forced him to piss himself!
He hadn't heard the whole discussion, but he had a scoop on his hands anyway. This would be a tremendous score for Heaven Publishing, enough to let the company rebuild. He was certain of it. And if I'm the one saying it, it's gotta be true. As he ran along, Ricard tried to plan his next steps. First, he had to get back to the editing office. He'd explain the situation to the people from the loan company. Then, he'd go find that paperwork for Osawa and have Chiaki check his copy. Then, after that... Okay, so he still had a lot of things he needed to do.
A lot of
Swatted himself
things.
on both cheeks to get himself psyched up. His phone rang. His phone rang. It was Chiaki. I don't know why this typo is so funny to me. It's just really funny.
His phone range.
His phone rang.
His phone range. Home on the phone range. We on the phone ranger. I don't know. Mr. Mino, something terrible has happened.
Chiaki's voice is a broken yelp. Whoa, calm down.
Over on Kondori, this minivan exploded.
Ah, yeah. I'm well aware. Thanks to that, I've got a big scoop that Chiaki cut him off.
Just now, I got a call from Mr. Toyama's daughter, Hana.
No!
This time Ricard waited for her to finish. He had a sinking feeling.
He said that Mr. Toyama was in there.
What?
It was a suicide.
What?
No, it wasn't. This is just an assumption.
Ricard's knees buckled. Tell me you're joking.
No, I mean the van explosion is all over the news. And Hana was in tears on the phone and... Mr. Mino? Mr. Mino, are you still there?
Toyama had killed himself? God. Ricard felt the energy drain from his body.
Yeah?
Okay? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay.
Okay,
yeah,
look.
sure.
He didn't kill himself, but it seems like he was in that van.
Why was he in that van?
Hiding? Wait, Maria's still a bad end?
Maria's still a bad end.
Kano?
Kano, I guess?
No, Kano's after. during. Let's go do Kano before seeing if we have to do something with Maria. Cause you know, it's at the same time, so there might be a ability to do something.
Yeah. Suddenly, a boom as loud as cannon fire shook the area. Something's wrong. That's no ordinary city noise. A column of black smoke rose up from from between two nearby buildings. Passers-by stopped and stared, gasping in alarm. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so far this isn't. This hum.
Then Kana saw flames. This hadn't been an accident. Someone had set off an explosion. The Shibuya precinct wasn't too far from him. Kana recalled the attempted bioresin attack on Kasumi II.
2 years ago, the Tokyo Metropolitan Public Safety Commission obtained intel of an imminent bioterrorist attack within the city. Immediately afterward, an unoccupied minivan exploded outside the Metropolitan Police Department, and a device for dispersing bacterial contagion was discovered at the subway platform at Kasumigaseki Station. Having determined that the city bureaucracy was the target, the Japanese government contacted the terrorist organization responsible in secret, making a deal to put an end to the threat.
That incident had begun with a van exploding outside of the Tokyo MBT station. Already, a large crowd of onlookers was gathering. Shouts rose up as they took in the scene. What's going on? What happened? That car is on fire.
The car is on fire!
Kana called into HQ, then quickly slipped around to the back of the burning vehicle. It was a minivan. Peering at the flaming chassis, he could see that there was someone inside. Oh no. Could that be Hitomi? Once they had had their hands on the antiviral, the criminals would have no further use for Hitomi Osawa. Already, the body had been charred to ash. At this point, it was hardly recognizable as human anymore. Lol.
I forget.
We already know what this is.
Minorikawa had a way to solve this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no fucking clue what we do with Maria.
Look, worst case scenario, we see the ending again, then it'll like give us a hint.
I love that Minorikawa is like dirty. Like that's it was a different face. Several people were on the ground nearby, evidently injured by the explosion. A girl in a hoodie was crouched among them, doing her best to tend to the injuries.
Miku Morita, while walking alone, upset at Minorikawa for not introducing her to Nakachi Jujutsu Dojo, she happened across the aftermath of the minivan explosion. Unable to stand idly by when faced with such a horrific scene, she pitched in as best as she could to help the wounded.
Kata recognized her as the girl he talked to earlier, during the traffic jam. Police! Get back. Let me handle this. The girl was visibly relieved.
Help her!
She pointed to a figure lying on the sidewalk, short distance from the burning minivan. It was a Middle Eastern girl. She appeared to be unconscious.
Yeah, that's a pretty important person to help. I think she got hurt rescuing another girl about college age.
College-aged girl? That might be Hitomi. What happened to the girl she saved? The Good Samaritan looked around.
Huh? Where'd she go?
The rescuee had disappeared. That's Miku.
This girl here, I can't believe how fast she was. The way she moved to get that other girl. She was on a level way beyond mine.
Connor took another look at the injured girl. Her figure looked rather delicate. It was hard to believe she was capable of great feats of athleticism. He started toward her, but Stanley stepped ahead of him.
Leave this one to me.
His expression was unusually stern, even for him. Do you know her? The American didn't answer as he checked the girl's pulse and then her pupils. Hey, Stanley.
Don't you have other things you should be doing?
Fine, then. Connor decided to collect some eyewitness accounts. Patrol cars and ambulances arrived at the scene in a steady stream. Once the vehicle fire was under control, things gradually began to calm down. Several officers worked to cover the area around the burned minivan with a blue tarp. Connor got his questioning underway, starting by flashing his badge at a man near the front of the crowd. Excuse me. Would you mind answering a few questions? Man puffed himself up. How about you answer a few questions for me? Was this an accident or an attack? We still don't know any details. Man shoved his finger at Connor's face. Let me rephrase that for you. This is a major incident. Huh? I've been around the block a few times, and I know all your police PR lingo. And when you start talking about the details, that is 100% indicative of a major incident. Well, I sure picked the wrong guy to talk to. Stifling his frustration, Connor continued his questioning. Did you happen to notice anything unusual prior to the explosion? Unusual? Now that you mention it, I think I heard a cell phone ringtone. A ringtone? No, never mind. Forget that. There's no way the ringtone on someone's phone would be audible through all of that. The man was probably right. Somehow the idea nagged at Connor. He jotted down a note in his pad. It's Jack Stanley.
Kano.
It was Stanley. Perfect timing. Thank you for your cooperation. He hurried on to his way. Stanley stepped in close enough to whisper.
Who was that guy?
An eyewitness to the explosion, apparently.
Did he have any info?
He said he heard his cell phone ringtone at the time of the explosion. Not sure if that's significant, though. Stanley stood silently for a moment, thinking. What about that girl? Has she woken up?
No. I'm going to drive her to the hospital.
Huh? Why do that yourself?
Just look around.
He cast his eyes out over the scene. There were still many injured people lying on the roadside. It seemed the authorities hadn't sent enough ambulances. But isn't your car back in Noriamacho?
Under the circumstances, I think it makes sense for me to go back for it. Besides, I have a few things I'd like to ask her.
Connor was curious. You do? Stanley's cell rang.
Yes?
You should sound more normal now. 'Cause he's
Okay,
speaking
sorry.
English.
See?
The blood drained from his face, and his hand began to tremble slightly as it gripped the phone. Connor had never seen him this shaken up.
Tú tienes.
Stanley said at last. He hung up the phone and let out a sigh. What is it? Stanley headed into an alley without responding. Connor hurried after him. Once they were out of earshot of the crowd, Stanley finally spoke.
That call right now was from Gordon, my superior.
He broke off there. For a long while, he was silent. He appeared to be struggling with some strong emotion. I feel like we should talk about it. Kind of was getting impatient. What is it? If you're going to tell me something, then tell me.
All right. I can trust you with this.
Wow, never thought I'd hear you say that you trust me. But Stanley's expression remained dead serious.
We were contacted on our end by the mastermind of this plot.
Those international criminals you mentioned?
Correct. Roughly 8 hours ago, they infected Maria Osawa with the UA virus. Then, they let her loose somewhere in Shibuya.
Hold on. By UA, you mean... Connor thought back to his earlier conversation with Stanley. These criminals were trying to get their hands on a new drug. An antiviral drug developed by Kenji Osawa that had been shown to be effective against the UA virus. Stanley hesitated before continuing.
This is a killer virus with a 100% mortality rate once it takes hold. Kenji Osawa's antiviral is our only means of combating it.
Mortality rate of 100%?
It has an incubation period of 12 hours. In another 4 hours, Maria Osawa will go symptomatic. After that, she'll begin spreading the virus through the city.
It's capable of airborne transmission.
Following the onset of symptoms, individuals infected with the UA virus bleed from the lungs, and the virus is readily released to the air via coughing. The UA virus is highly resilient in the open air and can survive even after saliva or other fluids have evaporated. Simply getting within 2 meters of symptomatic patient is said to carry a high risk of infection. Bodily fluids from the deceased patients carry an especially high concentration of the virus, and anything contaminated with such fluids must be thoroughly sterilized before it is taken. Well,
Yeah, Stanley nodded. This is you, Jack Stanley.
if we don't administer Kenji Osawa's antiviral before she develops symptoms,
Yes? Connor's voice is trembling now. Stanley spoke with complete certainty.
everyone in Shibuya is going to die.
Well, then we need to find Maria Osawa and get the antiviral to her as soon as possible. Stanley remained cool.
Just calm down. There's more to the story than I'm leaking!
Yeah. Stanley was interrupted by a strange sound of the upper floors of a nearby building. Unsure of what it was, the two men hurriedly relocated. You didn't hear it. They didn't hear what he said.
They didn't know,
They
but
didn't know that he's gonna piss.
but they sensed it.
Shot. This fucking shot with the blimp. And this
The blimp is
fucking-
really good. It was really good.
This fucking vacant lot. They paused and they came to a vacant lot.
Hey, no,
No! You forgot!
you missed a bit.
Missed a bit.
It's a bit.
You missed a bit where Yanagashita was like, I'm leaking! And then Minorikawa forced him to piss his pants.
You also missed, like, every single character dying in an explosion one by one.
Yeah. You can watch the VOD. You can catch up. You're glad you missed the piss scene? Well, it was
I can't
important.
believe you would say that, no.
It's important.
We did get to see an FMV explosion from like 6 different angles, so you did miss that. That's the real thing you missed.
Yeah.
The place was deserted. No need to worry about being overheard here. Also, plot-wise, Minorikawa is finding out about the truth, the like terrorist stuff that's happening. It turns out that Maria was infected with the UA virus, and so she's gonna become like a highly contagious individual in like 4 hours. And what else happened?
Aichi has an unconscious Hitomi and knows the name of the mastermind.
Yeah, which is Alfred. Not to be
And
confused.
Osawa and Columbo are friends.
Alfard, not Alfred. Yeah. Osawa and Columbo are gay. He finally accepted the banana. Not an innuendo, just a true fact.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not innuendo. Just true. You said there was more to the story?
The antiviral in question is stored in Kenji Osawa's laboratory. The lab is protected by a sophisticated security system, and apparently, the storage area where the drug is kept requires fingerprint authentication from both Osawa and Tanaka.
What? But Tanaka's... Kana couldn't help but gasp. Tanaka was currently a fugitive, a prime suspect in the kidnapping case.
Yeah, this is a problem.
There was no chance of getting any fingerprint authorization from him at this stage. Is there any other way to get in?
The door can also be unlocked via password in place of the fingerprint scanner. But we'd still need to know what Tanaka chose for his password.
No.
In any event, it's essential that we track down and secure Maria. But
He went on, his voice grave.
even if we get Maria to safety, the mastermind is now in possession of the UA virus. If they want to, they can unleash a bioterrorist attack on Shibuya at any time. To put it bluntly, the lives of every man, woman, and child in the city are in their hands.
Kana felt a pulse of fear deep enough to give him vertigo. He slowly tilted his head, and gazed at the sky, Boston blue as always. Had to be tens of thousands of people in Shibuya right now. Rumi and Shizuo were among them, and they might all be dead within a day. It felt so unreal, Kana's mind almost couldn't process it. With an effort of will, he shook himself out of his daze. Now was no time to waver. We have to try. In the next 4 hours, we need to find Maria Osawa and figure out a way to stop this mastermind and the UA virus. Words were as much for himself as they were for his companion. Let's do this, Stanley. We might not always see eye to eye, but together, I feel like you and I can find a way. But Stanley averted his gaze.
My job here is simply to apprehend the mastermind.
Kana felt a resurgence of his earlier anger at Stanley. Once again, he was putting his duties above human life.
I'm sorry.
Stanley's voice was a quiet mutter.
You should get away from Shibuya as soon as possible, Kana.
Kana hadn't imagined that the American would ever be worried for him. I appreciate the warning, but I'm seeing this through to the end.
This isn't the sort of thing you can solve with just an effort or willpower.
Even so, giving up isn't the Japanese detective way. Stanley let out a nasal chuckle.
Back to that again, are we?
Same to you. Kana managed a tiny chuckle of his own.
Listen. This is just between you and me. The mastermind behind this kidnapping case is an arms dealer who goes by the name Alphard.
Beyond simply selling weapons, illegal arms dealers are also frequently involved in smuggling weapons unlawfully obtained through deals with government or military contacts. In recent years, such enterprises have become increasingly globalized. Some dealers form smuggling networks that also deal in money laundering, drug trafficking, and more.
Alphard?
The attempted bioterrorist attack on Kasumagaseki, a hotel bombing in Chicago. Alphard had a hand in all of them.
It really is Alphard. What do you know about this criminal? Stanley's expression grew even darker.
He's like the Joker, but real life.
Alphard's signature, I know this is you.
Alphard's signature is extremely meticulous planning. But I don't mean meticulous in the same way you or I might normally think of it. Their plans are perfectly imperfect. Do you get what I mean?
Connor shook his head.
Alphard deliberately engineers accidents to make things complicated and unpredictable. It's difficult to get a good grasp on what's going on when the situation seems to be falling apart. People tend not to consider that coincidental mishaps might be anything but. In the end, they don't even realize they were playing right into the mastermind's hands all along.
Connor could hear the intensity in Stanley's voice.
I'm afraid that's all I can say.
Stanley held out his right hand.
See you around, Kano, if we're still alive.
We're still alive. Connor let that sink in for a moment. Nah, I'll shake your hand after we finish this case. With a slight smile, Stanley withdrew his hand. Then the two bumped fists and said, "Epic!"
Yeah.
Dude's rock.
It's right.
All right, we'll meet again, Kano. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, you then. No sooner had Stanley departed than Kuze's voice came in over the wireless.
Attention, all units! As of now, further investigation on the kidnapping case is suspended.
The director's voice sounded strangely cold.
I repeat, as of now, further investigation on the kidnapping case is suspended.
Wait, hold on, sir!
What is it, Kano?
Could you let us know why?
We've received information that Maria Osawa has been infected with an unknown virus and has been released somewhere in Shibuya.
That matched up with what Stanley had said earlier.
An anti-bioterrorism security force will probably be deployed in Shibuya.
Terrorism involving biological agents, such as bacteria or viruses. Biological weapons are easier to acquire and transport than nuclear weapons, and because they rely on the organism's natural ability to proliferate or infect, they can yield powerful results for low effort. For these reasons, recent years have seen widespread apprehension about the possibility that such weapons might be used by terrorists. In the event that a bioterrorist attack occurred in Japan, temporary quarantine and decontamination facilities would be set up in the area affected.
This is no longer a simple kidnapping case. Our part in this is finished.
No, it's not. We haven't managed to resolve anything.
Kano, I assure you, everyone else feels the same as you do.
They'll still perform the autopsy on the body found in the blue minivan that exploded. Oh no, wait, is that...
I'll let you know once we have a positive ID. Kuze out.
Director! The line had already gone dead. Left at a loss, Kano gazed out at the cityscape. The sight of the bombed vehicle had calmed down briefly, but now that the news networks had begun reporting, the herd of onlookers was growing. There was also a sizable crowd gathered outside of a large home electronics store. The large LCD televisions on display were showing a press conference being held by the governor of Tokyo. Go and find Rumi.
Kano, we stay on.
You could do it, Kano. Kano might learn something new about the case. He decided to watch the broadcast. Echo.
Working closely with the... Oh, yeah, Echo, you should do it. It's been a while.
I'm signing you this guy.
You're the governor of Tokyo or whatever.
Working closely with the administration, we are keeping a careful eye on the situation as it develops.
The governor's expression was solemn as he spoke. The moment he finished his statement, the reporters bombarded him with questions. This seems similar to the bioterrorist attack on Kasumigaseki 2 years ago. Is there any possible connection?
What kind of measures do we have in the event that Shibuya is the target of bioterrorism?
The governor was visibly disconcerted.
If this does turn out to be a bioterrorist attack, we will establish emergency shelters with a large-scale quarantine stationed at Yoyogi Park. However, there are still many details that remain unknown.
The politician was clearly struggling to maintain his composure. Can you comment on the rumors we're hearing that Shibuya might be blockaded off?
Don't be ridiculous. What outlet are you with? Are you trying to start a panic when we don't even know all the details? Besides, it wouldn't even be possible to blockade the whole of Shibuya.
The press conference continued. The governor and the reporters locked in and belligerent back and forth. Kano left the electronics store and headed for the cafe where Rumi and Shizuo were waiting. He had to tell them both to get far away from Shibuya.
Oh boy.
Cafe Lautrec seemed quiet when Kano arrived. Shizuo was sitting alone. Kano scanned the establishment, but didn't see Rumi anywhere. One of the staff greeted him.
Welcome. Just one, sir?
No, I'm meeting someone, actually.
Of course, sir.
The hostess smiled and then went on her way. Shizuo was glaring at him. Kano walked over to him and bowed deeply. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I'm Shinya Kano. That's his... I don't think I've ever seen his last name.
You look even more of a knuckle-dragger than I thought.
Shizuo maintained his appraising stare.
Rumi said she had something she needed to do, so she stepped away for a while.
Kano sat down across from him. There was a laptop computer open on the table.
This is gonna be how we're gonna... No. I was like, man, it'd be so cool if this is how we jump to Osawa.
Right now, the laptop is in sleep mode, and there's nothing on the monitor. But just before Kano came in, Shizuo was browsing an internet forum. He takes his user handle from a nickname for the apples he grows on his own farm, which are pretty little things, and really as sweet as honey. Yep, he sure is role-playing as a teenager on a farm for 30-year-old fans of Ayakubiki.
We're like 40-plus-year-old fans, I think.
Yeah,
35 plus, whatever.
You know, sometimes there are things in your past that you wish you could go back and change. He's transgender. That's
No,
all
he's
I'm saying.
not.
Fascinating, man. Put him in a lab to study. Waitress came by to take. Please clip. I'm on mobile. Someone clip that. Echo clip that. I'm streaming.
What am I clipping?
You saying that thing about transgender. About him being transgender. Waitress came by to take
Okay.
Kana's order, so we asked for an iced coffee.
I can't believe we're here right now.
Yeah, why is this where I really thought we would have a bad end, but no. What are you using the computer for?
I'm on the internet.
This interaction is so nothing. It's just like, it doesn't tell him anything. He's on the internet.
He's on the internet.
He's on the internet. I'm on the internet too. Shizuo's voice was low and gruff. This cafe has an internet connection? May as well start with a little small talk.
So what?
Again, Shizuo glared at Kano. Words wouldn't come. No, actually, this is no time to be making idle chit-chat. If they got infected with the virus, Rumi and Shizuo might die. Look. Please, you need to leave Shibuya right away. Shizuo's face contorted with confusion.
What are you talking about? Why?
Kano wasn't sure if he should tell the truth or not. He was strictly prohibited from discussing a case with anyone outside the department. As a former policeman himself, Shizuo worked to understand full well the secrecy and investigation required. But he wouldn't respect it, because he hates the cops, it seems.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like he would just up and leave town without a good reason. Please listen.
Just say it's biotech.
I mean, it's on the news. Like,
Yeah. It's on the news.
listen. There's a risk of... What?
What's that? Oh, he's gonna fuck it up.
What I mean is...
This is gonna be a bad end because Shizuo's gonna just fuck
risk
this
of-
up.
Shizuo pounded his fist on the table.
Spit it out!
Kano just couldn't say it. It didn't matter who he was talking to. He couldn't make himself leak the details of an ongoing investigation.
Oh,
Besides,
God.
there's no guarantee about a terrorist attack would actually happen. They could just find and secure Maria Osawa before she's symptomatic.
Does this have something to do with a case you're working?
Huh?
You telling me to leave Shibuya, does that have something to do with your case?
Yes.
So why don't you run off with Rumi then?
Shizuo's tone is frank. Well, I mean... When Kano didn't have an answer handy, Shizuo let out a single heavy sigh.
Is your work important to you?
Kano hesitated.
Is it more important than Rumi?
Well... Again, Shizuo cut Kano off as he waffled over how to answer. This is you.
Me? I used to put my work before my family. There was no question in my mind that combating society's ills and solving cases was worth any price. And because of that, I did some pretty reckless things. Almost wound up dead more than once.
Shizuo paused, forlorn look in his eyes.
My wife did nothing but worry about me. So much
that I didn't even realize when she'd worried herself sick. I was so caught up in my work that I wasn't even there for her when she finally passed away. It was all so very absurd of me.
Waitress came by and set Kano's iced coffee on the table. It sat there, untouched, until Shizuo looked at it pointedly. With a tiny nod, Kano brought the cup to his lips. Bittersweet liquid was a balm to his parched throat.
I told Rumi the same story, but I didn't tell her how absurd it was. I told her that her father only did what he had to do.
He took a sip from his glass of water.
Well, Rumi, she's very much like her mother used to be. The personalities are almost identical. And I don't want her to suffer the same way my wife did.
Shizuo's fist clenched in his lap.
What was it that made you become a detective in the first place?
Well, at first I got the job because I thought it would make Rumi happy. Then I guess also because I thought it'd make you like me, sir. It was the truth, but Shizuo simply chuckled.
If your goal is to get me to like you, you may as well give up now.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, sir. I can't do that.
Are you this stubborn around Rumi?
I love your daughter, sir. I want to keep her safe, to make her happy.
And why is that?
Whenever I think about her, I just feel so amazing. I'm sure that you or anyone can empathize with that. Everyone has someone they want to protect, who makes them feel that good.
It's an admirable thing, wanting to be a detective and protect the happiness of the people. But that doesn't mean you need to ignore your own happiness in the process.
What you say may be true, sir. Earlier today, my partner was stabbed. And today's his wife's birthday. Shizuo arched his brow.
Is he going to make it?
Oh yeah, Null, you missed. Sasayama had a really emotional.
That was last
scene.
time.
That was
Null.
That was last stream, but Null had left. It was Null left early.
Ah.
No, but
Oh,
there
Null
was
saw that.
no, but there was a scene where Kano talked to Sasayama while he was dying and like gave him a gift that was supposed to be delivered to his wife, and had like basically a death scene. But this was like right at the end of last stream. Because it's his wife's birthday. We're not sure yet. Last I knew, he was in critical condition.
This is why I keep saying that the life of a detective is...
Shizuo's words trailed off into a lamenting murmur. Even so, Kana was unmoved. Dictum number 1. Never lose sight of what you're supposed to protect. Can you imagine saying this to someone? Dictum number 1.
I don't know what I would do.
If someone said this to you?
Yeah.
Did he say that out loud, Kano? He did. He did say dictum number 1. It probably... Maybe it sounds better in Japanese, but it's still... I don't know.
Dictum.
Shut up!
What's that?
Something that a senior detective I admire very much said. The fundamental guiding principle I've stuck to as a detective. But I was wrong about the real meaning behind it. My partner was stabbed. There are people I want to rescue. So much has happened, now I finally understand what those words mean. When you see someone in trouble, you help them. That's not something a good detective does. That's something a good person does. Kana took a good long look at Shizuo's face. He had surprised himself, finding the words to speak his feelings so clearly, and wondered what effect it had had on the older man.
I'm sure that, from your perspective as my future father-in-law, me being a detective means that I'm putting my life on the line. That's not entirely true. I can only be myself. This is the kind of person I am. I care about helping people. Even if I were a baker or a brewer or a bookseller, I'd still act the same way.
You're being ridiculous. A baker and a detective don't assume anywhere near the same risks.
Suppose that's true? Kind of fussed with his hair sheepishly.
I think I see what kind of man you are now.
He sounded oddly defeated.
Which is why it's no time to just futz around.
Kind of sat up straighter at Shizuo's weighty tone.
A detective needs more than just passion. A detective can't solve all of his problems with sheer determination alone. At the same time, he needs more than just the ability to coldly assess a situation. He needs the conviction to stick to a case when it might otherwise seem prudent to give up.
There was something new in Shizuo's expression now, and a gleam in his eyes that hadn't been there before. Kind of almost felt like he was being sermonized to by a senior officer.
You got that? You need a cool mind, but a fiery spirit. A detective without both of those is worth nothing.
Do you mind if I write that down in my notebook? Yeah, he's gonna write another dick dictum. He's so fucking lame.
Look!
Oh fuck, cheap viewers. Null, can you click on that link?
I don't think Null should click on that link.
I want cheap viewers. Well, could you ban them? If you either click on the link or ban them.
Aren't you in a hurry? Don't you have to get back to your case?
I don't know how to ban them. I guess I click.
Riley,
ban
save
them.
no.
Okay, no, you did it. Good job.
Don't you have to get back to your case?
Yes. And, sir, please, I need you and your daughter to leave Shibuya right away.
Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya.
Kano conjured up Rumi's face in his mind. There was a chance he might never see her again. He forced the thought away as best he could.
But by the way, if I may ask, what was it about Rumi that made you fall in love with her?
What? Where's this coming from all of a sudden?
Was it her looks?
No, it wasn't just that. Kind of found himself tongue-tied again.
Biting his lip.
Is this... I mean, she is pretty cute. Even this is my own daughter I'm talking about.
That's a perfect... Okay, like...
Wow, United States President material right here.
Okay,
I think it's normal to say that my daughter's cute.
yeah, I do
You
think
shouldn't
it's
have let
normal
him
to say
bite
my
his
daughter
lip.
is cute. I just hate this face that he's making.
The face
Yeah.
he's making is the problem. It's
It's the
normal to
face.
say my daughter's cute.
Yeah. She's so shocked and pregnant.
If he was grinning ear to ear, that would be better.
Yeah, if it was
Yeah.
grinning ear to ear, that'd be fine.
Well, yes, she sure is. But it's more than just that. She's also very sweet and kind-hearted. This is you.
Ah, she is. isn't she?
Yeah, she really is. The first time, Kano and Shizuo smiled at one another.
You're a man who lets his emotions show on his face. And for a detective, that's actually not so bad.
Thank you, sir. He bowed to Shizuo as he stood up from his seat. This is, Shizuo, I think.
Never lose sight of what you're supposed to protect, huh? I like that. Wise words indeed.
Connor turned to look back, and then bowed deeply to Shizuo one last time. The ability to coldly assess a situation. Connor knew what he needed to do. There was one thing that was nagging him, no matter how hard he thought about it. No matter how hard he thought about it, it still didn't add up. Why would Tutano let Al-Karawan go free? He needed to get back to the precinct and get the truth from Al-Karawan firsthand. As he walked along, he considered what he did know about the facts of the case. Just what sort of plan had Alphard put into motion here? It seemed that Tanaka and Osawa held the keys to understanding it. There had been relay handoffs of the phony attaché case, a relay that Tanaka had been complicit in. Then there was Hitomi missing, carrying the antiviral. Osawa had confirmed that himself. Okay, well
There's the jump.
Hana was starting to form a vague picture of what Alphard was up to. If the mastermind's goal was to acquire the antiviral, then obtaining the cooperation of Osawa and Tanaka was vital to that plan. After all, their fingerprint verification was required to physically access the drug. In order to overcome that hurdle, Alphard had presumably managed to win over Tanaka somehow, and had them kidnap Maria Osawa to provide leverage against her father. No doubt that was how they'd gotten Hitomi to take the antiviral with her to Hachiko. While the police were distracted by following the attaché case, Alphard would then take the antiviral from Hitomi. That was the general plan as far as Kano could surmise. Just then, a call from Kuze came in over the wireless.
Oh dear. We've identified the body found inside the blown up minivan.
Kano's hand tingled as it gripped the wireless.
Mamoru Tanaka, male, 40 years old. Damn, he's actually fucking dead. Wait, no! That's Tanaka!
Yeah, that's Tanaka.
An employee of Okoshi Pharmaceutical. Positive ID was obtained from the subject's personal belongings.
What? If Tanaka was dead, it would be almost impossible to access the antiviral drug in the laboratory. At this point, the only antiviral they had any chance of obtaining was whatever Hitomi was carrying. Kano thought back to what Stanley had said earlier.
Even if we get Maria to safety, the mastermind is in possession of the UA virus. If they want to, they can unleash a bioterrorist attack on Shibuya at any time. To put it bluntly, the lives of every man, woman, and child in the city are in their hands.
No. A chill ran down Kano's spine. If someone did release the UA virus, there would be no way to stop it from spreading. If Alphard really was planning a bioterror attack, Shibuya would well and truly become a city of the dead. He couldn't help but feel that the whole department was playing right into Alphard's hands. Kano staggered, physically stricken by the realization of just how terrifying a foe they were up against. Alright, to be
He seems a little
continued.
fucked.
Oh,
Hey, is Maria still dead?
I think so. How the fuck do we save her? It's like, I just don't know what could it be,
Yeah, what
like,
the
because...
Okay, let's just go see what the hint is, because I think Osawa's just gonna fucking go on auto after we get to Kano's stuff.
Yeah, I really need to pee, so.
Okay.
Piss break.
I'm just gonna let the bad ending play so we can look at the hint.
Oh, you're gonna go autoplay.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
no,
okay.
the hint's right here.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll be back then.
Oh! Easy.
Woo.
I played the Final Fantasy 16 demo and it made my computer very sick.
Yeah, I don't think I'm even gonna try.
It made my
until
computer so sick that today, a whole day after I played it, it was like, oh, I'm still sick, and like Firefox like exploded. Like my entire computer was just suffering from aftershocks.
Wow.
I actually don't think those things are related, but I just think it's a funny thing to say.
It's possible that Final Fantasy 16 would do the same thing to my computer that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart does, where I try to open it and it tells me that I'm on too old of a version of Windows and it can't run.
Huh.
I really want to play that game, the Ratchet and Clank one, that is.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't have a PS5, and I really, really don't want to update to, like, the version of Windows 10 that's losing support.
Well, that's the only version of Windows 10, isn't it?
There's also usually business-only long-term service branch. It's LCSC. I don't know what the C means.
Yeah, it's pretty
this
good.
music does rule, yeah.
It's very like Mime Palace adjacent, which is like, you know, we are on the time chart and shit, so. And we're talking about Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to play. It's got Girl Ratchet in it,
Yeah, it's got Girl Ratchet in it.
but like I can't play it because Windows. It's not even like my computer specifications or whatever. It's just Windows. It's like when things were telling me that I like distinctly remember when things started complaining at me as like, you can't do this unless you get Windows 10, and I was like very annoyed.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, Riley.
Hi.
Yeah, I like Windows 10, honestly, because I'm using the version without all the bullshit in it. That you're not supposed to be able to buy Teehee as an individual. Windows 11, I have a laptop that runs Windows 11, I think. I don't
So
own it.
Riley, just go back there and just like fucking just dodge that little girl right now.
Yeah.
Right, she does a cool dodge and ruins her life. Sorry about that. Are you alright?
The girl didn't answer, or even meet Aki's eye. She just looked around as if in a daze. Was she waiting on someone, maybe?
Not a kid. I hope she's okay. It's so sad we didn't get to give her 5,000 yen.
Okay.
Yeah, we solved it.
His bright orange vest? I love Achi's bright red vest. His funny puffy jacket. I can't stop looking at it. Most lots of prosperity stop to take a good look. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes!
Oh,
Yeah!
huh? I catch sight of little Hana in front of the billboard. She's sewing something to a woman there, some colorful sheets of paper. The woman looks a lot like the musician in the poster. Moreover, I have the feeling I've seen her someplace before. Where could I have seen her? Man, having these is really a pain in the ass.
True.
No way of knowing of whether I've forgotten something or I had no memory of it in the first place. The woman looks through the papers Hana held out to her, nodding approvingly at each one. I can hear a murmur of admiration.
I think it's probably you.
Hana?
Oh no, this might be Toyama. Oh no, it's you.
No, it's me. I wave as I scamper over to her. As I do, the woman abruptly hurries off. Hey, we meet again.
Hana just gives me.
Hana just gives me a bored look. Who was that just now?
I don't know.
Hana quickly gathers up her belongings, walking briskly away.
Okay, you down? No, that says. That's. I don't think that's an N.
That
I think
says-
it's an M.
No, that's down.
UWR
It
or
could.
N?
It could be.
I-
There's a lot of letters that could be. I don't think it's an N. Maybe it is. You down, but it's like down with a U. That's clearly a U there. You Dune smoking MJ. R-U-T head.
RUT
R-U-T head?
Oh, hey, wait up! I call out. The girl ignores me.
Why the fuck did they put her in that shirt for this game?
Look! They...
Why did
They
they
probably don't have a lot of child clothes for her.
No, the fucking Maria's weed impact
Oh,
spot
Maria's
shirt.
weed shirt. For this reason.
It has to be plot relevant.
No,
That's
it's
my
not. It's
take.
not
They
plot
have-
relevant. Are you? No. She's moving at a jog now, heading from Spanish Hill towards Koandori.
Oh no.
Oh. As she steps down onto Koandori, she trips and falls down hard. The contents of her bag spill out on the road. Oh, whoops!
Yeah.
Catching up to her, I gather some of the fallen pages.
Collect my pages.
What's this? There are poems written on the colored paper.
Copies of a prose poem titled The False Monsoon.
The poem delicately details the wavering emotions of an adolescent girl. Also, in a clever twist, as the text is read horizontally instead of vertically, it tells about a father's worries over his only daughter, who is now of marriageable age. Hana's genius will soon be discovered by Ayakamiki, and she will go on to become a popular songwriter.
Incredible twist.
Incredible twist. This prose is written like Higurashi. It is. It's not Higurashi. It's not the Higurashi writer, but there is a scene like this is some written by Kinoku Nasu, the Type Moon author.
A look of embarrassment crosses Hana's face, and she snatches the pages out of my hand.
This is you, Echo.
Don't touch those. Those are for sale.
Just
For sale?
I'm selling poems that I wrote.
Oh, wow! That's incredible! She looks surprised by the compliment.
Incredible? My friends at school said they were dumb.
That's not true. I only saw a little just now. Well, I thought it was a really good poem.
You're just saying that. I've been out here in Shibuya for weeks trying to sell these, but the only person who bought one was that lady just now.
Hana lets out a mournful sigh. Well, what are you out here selling poems for anyway?
Oh, maybe it'll help pay back our debts.
Huh? Okay, that's not something I expect to hear from a little kid.
My dad's a real deep.
The topic makes me think of Mr. Yanagashita. Guess today's my day for meeting people mired in debt.
And I'm only in elementary school, so I can't get a part-time job.
Japan's Labor Standards Act prohibits the hiring of children under the age of 15. For certain jobs within the entertainment industry, however, employers can obtain permission from the Labor Standards Inspections Office for younger children to work.
Which I guess they had to do. I'm impressed. She's so brave! She's maybe a little hard to approach, but she is just a kid after all. She's so brave, I want to give her a hug. Ooh, Hana!
I hear strange wailing call from behind. Oh, it's you. Yep.
Startled, I turn around to see Mr. Toyama standing there, tears streaming from his eyes.
He's so miserable.
I mean, like, if
understandably.
he didn't do something, she would think that he killed himself in a minivan explosion.
Yeah.
And I think she's still gonna think that. Oh no!
I'm so sorry. I had no idea you were trying so hard to. Toyama rushes up to the girl. It's quite the emotional father-daughter reunion. Or at least that's how it looks until Hana slaps her father across the face with her bundle of papers. What was that for?
Don't you give me that. I'm sick of all this running around.
She delivers more well-placed smacks with her little craft project.
Toyama.
Okay. I know you're upset, but I just have to ask you for just one thing. Then we can seem okay through the day, yeah?
Okay, but just one.
I can't help but find this ordinary interaction kind of charming. You two get along really well, don't you? Yep.
Echo.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Two simultaneous contradictory replies.
Then Hana suddenly starts to walk off with Toyama tottering after her. Did we... It's such a weird sight that I can't help but laugh. Well, later then. He was right there! We need to go back to Minorikawa also, because that's
Wait,
changed.
she saved his life.
We need to go back to Minorikawa.
I don't think that's changed. I think that...
But Hana is walking with him.
Oh, right.
Down the
Yeah. So it would have changed.
There's no way she thinks he died in this van explosion.
Further along Koendori.
Further along Koendori, I come across a car on the roadside that's spectacularly aflame. A group of onlookers surrounds it in a confused uproar.
Okay, so, Porach, what just happened? So you're joining in media res about, let's see what my playtime on Shibuya Scramble is. 27 hours? 27 hours into this visual novel. So this blue minivan is like, it's terrorists. Like, terrorists are using it for something. I don't know why it exploded particularly, but...
I mean, explode to kill Tanaka.
Yeah, but why?
So that they can't, so that the only version of the virus that exists
Oh,
is
right,
Atomi's.
yeah. So, yeah, basically, there's terrorists, and they blew up this minivan. It's terrorists. But the children and the child and that dad are just fine. They just walked off.
Yeah, I think they're fine now. A group of onlookers surrounds it in a confused uproar. It seems almost unreal, like I'm looking at something for a TV show or something. I stand there, staring into the flames. Huh? What's that? I can see something. The raging heat makes the air shimmer. The scent of dry sand fills my nose. A gust of searing wind tugs at my hair. Where am I? Decaying roads. Decaying houses. A decaying city. and the people who live there. People who live. People who live. People who live. There's someone by my side. Someone is with me, watching all of this. It's a girl. The person with me is a girl, slightly younger than me. She says something to me.
Echo.
Anna is me.
Games can just be slideshows. You should be getting thousands of visual novels a year. Well, great news. Go on to itch.io and you can find many of them. You should be making visual
Cat's
novels? You can make a
Cradle.
visual novel.
That's my voice now.
I think this is Kanan again.
Yeah.
That's Cradle.
Whose voice is that? What's going on? Who am I talking to? Yeah, Cat's Cradle. I'm showing someone how to do a cat's cradle with string. But who? Who am I showing how to do a cat's cradle? Kanan. The word Canaan echoes in my head. Canaan?
I
I utter the name aloud. I
Oh,
think the anime came after this.
The anime is in fact a sequel to the main to Shibuya Scramble. It was made as a follow-up, at least.
I utter the name aloud. The images floating through my mind are beginning to break up and vanish. But I feel like, for a brief moment at least, I'd caught hold of the edges of some of my lost memories. That's right. Canaan. As soon as I say it, I am filled with a powerful sense of duty. There's something I'm responsible for, something that I need to do. And if I don't, this Canaan person is going to be in grave danger. Calm down. Just calm down. I'm pleading with myself, fighting the impulse to take off running. If I did, where would I go? I have no idea what my destination or my goal even is. Please. Please remember something.
That's so not how I say that. It's so wild to me. You're valid. I just fell out of my chair. Well, Parech, I'm sorry you fell out of your chair, but this was because we were fumbling over the pronunciation at the beginning, but Echo said that Kanan is probably how it's pronounced because it's like from the Bible.
Yeah. It's people who lived in the Middle East. I don't think there's any people who are still called that anymore. But there were like Canaanites. It was the country of Canaan.
Please, please. I gaze out the flames, practically praying now.
This is you, Echo.
Yeah, he's back.
I don't remember what his
The
voice was.
Kane Gunsman. Don't move. Something like that.
Don't
very
move.
serious. He was very
A
serious.
voice hisses in my ear, and I feel something hard press against my back. I don't need to turn around to recognize whose voice it is.
Even though they're hissing this time instead of talking normally.
I thought you said you didn't have any business with...
I did a little thinking.
Denny's! Says the man.
Denny's!
Slowly.
Oh, how I might lure out Hitomi Osawa, see? See? I'm going to use you as bait.
I mean, Tommy Osawa's down around now.
Very bad person uses bait right now.
God, and then Kano's gonna try find Maria, and then
Kano's trying to find
Hayao.
Maria. Hitomi's unconscious, so like lot of things.
This
Anyway.
like hour is so weird and like
Yeah, I like it. Let's jump and finish the solo and then fucking go home.
yeah, that's gonna be it's just like oh. Right, so
Wait, we need to go back to Minorikawa.
It's finished still.
Yeah, but we need to see
Yeah, I am curious if it's
like
still the same.
if it's still the
Same plot.
Okay.
Interesting. So that's just a lie.
Or I mean, what it could be is that like yeah, I'm curious about that, but I guess we have to wait for the next hour. That's it. We just gotta wait.
God. Before the news was shared with the Osawas, the members of the investigation team quietly briefed Detective Kajiwara. Osawa and I sat on the sofa on the far side of the room, watching. They could see Kajiwara go pale. He wiped the sweat from his forehead with a handkerchief several times. Bad news, Osawa thought.
Yeah, you guys are about to get really terrible news.
Kajiwara... Echo...
Columbo time.
Mr. Osawa, ma'am.
Kajiwara shuffled his way over to them at last.
We've just gotten word from headquarters.
Okay, if there's like 4 more hours because it's like goes to 8 o'clock, what the fuck is gonna happen? Because it really feels like there could be 2 to 3 at most.
Well, like the thing is, you have to consider that we're like jumping a lot
Yeah.
right now. Right now, the task force is in uproar after changing direction from the higher ups. The detectives who were on the scene have been ordered to discontinue the kidnapping investigation.
I don't need that jump. He hesitated ominously. Sawa braced himself. Please, let's hear it.
It would seem that your daughter Maria is safe.
I would not describe her as safe, but good work.
She's not kidnapped anymore.
Yeah.
Explicitly.
Well, I mean,
Well, she's kidnapped again, but the police don't know that.
yeah.
What? Sawa felt an unexpected surge of relief. You mean it?
The case has been solved?
For a moment, they almost sounded like a happily married couple. Suddenly, the stern look on Kajiwara's face that gave them pause.
However, as of yet, we do not have her in custody.
I'm not sure I understand. You know she's alive?
You know she's alive, but you don't have her? How?
Deep furrows appeared on Kajiwara's forehead.
I'm sorry, sir. The information we've received from up top is complicated. We've confirmed that she was able to escape confinement. It's just...
The detective gave every appearance of holding something back. If there's something you need to tell us, then just say it.
It would seem that Maria has been infected with a virus.
Infected? Osawa felt as if a taloned claw just clutched his heart. Oh, sorry.
It's not one I've heard of before, but apparently it's called the UA virus.
God. The same shot, but he's blocking the middle of the couch.
Yeah.
Osawa's vision went dark. Somehow, even darker than it normally is. He felt as if he'd been plunged into a black void of despair.
Darling?
She didn't need to put her fears into words. Osawa felt them just as plainly in his own gut. You're an
expert on virology, aren't you, Mr. Osawa? Are you familiar with the UA virus?
Osawa held up a hand to forestall further questions. There was no time for that. How many hours ago was she infected?
I wasn't told that much. Is that important to know, sir?
Depending on when Maria was infected, we may or may not still be... Osawa trailed off abruptly, as the reality of the situation struck home. This wasn't the same as when Hitomi had been infected. Right now, there was no way of getting Tanaka's cooperation, which
which meant there was no way of accessing the antivirus storage. In other words, getting the cure to Maria would be impossible. Oh my god. I saw his head swam. Detective
Speaking-
Kajiwara, I beg of you. Your people need to catch Tanaka as soon as possible. I can't share the details, but if you don't, something terrible is going to happen.
We're about to get some real bad news.
Mm-hmm. Just then, Kajiwara's cell phone rang. He picked up quickly.
What did you say?
The detective's shout shattered the anxious silence that had fallen. Eyes shuddered visibly at the outburst. Kajiwara nodded sharply, still listening. More creases formed in his forehead.
Understood. I'll let them know.
He hung up. All eyes were on him.
That was headquarters.
Osawa swallowed the lump in his throat. He could feel himself quaking all over.
A minivan we believe belonged to the syndicate exploded near Jinan in Shibuya. A body was found amongst the burning wreckage of the vehicle.
Who was it? Tell me.
He knows. Oh, okay. He's
Please,
he's
don't let
actually
it be
yeah.
Maria. Please, don't let it be Hitomi. Kajiwara took a breath before speaking.
We've conclusively identified the remains as Mr. Tanaka's.
Her boyfriend! The cry was visceral, almost bird-like. Osawa looked around in
Bird-like?
surprise. It was I.
It's so true. You're
This
lying.
music! Her shrill screams reverberated through the room, like a bunch of trumpets. Osawa felt like he wanted to scream, too. Tanaka's dead. There was no way to get to the antiviral. Which meant that Maria was going to die. There are maybe bigger problems.
Yeah, but he's like allowing himself to be a father and
Yeah.
feel like fatherly things.
Alright. Well, let's watch the fun trailer for the next hour.
Oh yeah, let's go. This ain't the old SOS anymore. I'm going
Baby.
to stop you. Oh, how touching. What do you mean, kill me? In order to minimize the spread of the virus.
Oh my god, he's...
He was the closest to the explosion other than Hitomi.
Yeah, I just love that he's burnt up. He's
He's burned up now.
punished
all burnt
Minarikawa.
He's burned up. He's actually better this way.
Yeah, I think he looks
Yeah.
he's rough and tumble. Alright, well, we got an exciting hour ahead of us where the world seems to be ending, but don't fret. We've got our heroes on the case. They don't make menus like this anymore. This is incredible. This game was from like 2018.
Yeah, this game was on the Wii.
Okay, that's true. I guess it is a remake of the game from the Wii. But yes, you're right. This is an exceptional menu, and just like the little FMV like avatars it's great.
It's a shame that we can't easily turn Maria back into Tama
Yeah, I do
for
want to see Tom
for
again.
demonstrating how good the Tama.
He has to become Tama again.
Someone will become Tama again. That'll save the world.
Yeah.
Where she like successfully threw away Tama.
No, she successfully threw away. It's gone.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for watching today, everyone. We've got a great new starting point to go from. I have no fucking clue what's going to happen. It's funny because a lot of the time, sometimes with FMV games on Forbidden Mystery Vault, I'm like, it's the day before stream, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to play like some straight ass tomorrow, like a game that's funny, but it's not like good to play. And I don't have to worry about that with Shibuya Scramble. Like,
Yeah, what you have to worry about is not talking too much and killing your throat.
yeah, it's like this game is long, but it's also like I don't have to. It's not like I have to suffer through it. I'm enjoying this respite from actively playing. I'm not in Stonekeep Hell anymore, or like Realms of the Haunting. Like, I don't have to. It's so like, I'm
We're
loving
in
it.
Shibuya, baby.
But yeah.
Booyah.
We'll continue next week, and probably for like another 2 months or whatever. This is the year of Shibuya Scramble, I guess.
But thank you all for watching.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week.
Yay.
Tune into Cable 2 for more great shows like this. And hang on. Hold on a second. I'm on the internet.
On the internet.